am Glorsnax, your host, sounding much better this week. I am joined by my fabulous production manager, Mr. Dorycat, to do a quick little ad read. Mr. Dorycat, please take it away.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Dory K, and I am here to do the ad read because Glorsnax is too shy. So make sure you show him some love in the chat so that he feels confident enough to do it next week. Anyways, much like every other stream so far this season is sponsored by Pro Comps. They're a sponsor and game changer app for the League of Legends community. This isn't just like other tools, it's your personal draft coach, perfect for both teams and solo players. In fact, you can pair it with any other app you use. With Pro Comps, you'll receive real-time drafting advice with tailored champion picks and ban recommendations. It stands out with features such as the ability to generate champion pools in seconds that you can share with your friends, a post-draft guide to attack in game. You can generate comps based on your preferences, coaches, and analysis, and even create personalized tier lists. Think of it as having your own virtual coach as a strategy toolkit. Oh, and a strategy toolkit all in one. My favorite feature is the one that helps you cater your champion pool to your specific playstyle. I am a victim of being too obsessed with playing too many champions. It really hurts me in solo queue. So with that tool, I have climbed to the high rank of Gold 4, and you can too. Anyways, the app already has 280,000 plus downloads and thousands of daily users just like you. ProComps is a user-friendly and totally free service. It's a no-brainer to at least give it a go. Download ProComps now, and you'll experience a whole new level of drafting power in your League of Legends games. Go to procomps.gg, download it from the Overwolf client, or click the link in our bio. And without further ado, back to you, Glorsnacks.
Thank you very much, Dory. And joining me tonight, oh, he left insta. Joining me tonight, I have a few young guns. I have young goodies. How do you want me to call you?
Idris.
Idris?
Yes, call me Idris.
For some reason, Tommy. I guess we did not get rid of the XG infestation from last week, and not lost.
Not lost. Nice.
Not lost is your username.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
say CB Batman.
Unfortunately, CB Batman is MIA right now. We don't know where he is. So, welcome in, guys. Any opening thoughts for the two newcomers this week? Idris and Loss. Anything you guys want to say?
I'm happy to be here. I don't have games today, so
Oh, nice.
fun to watch.
Idris, what about your game today? Are you happy to be here as well? Confident you'll win?
I don't even know who I'm playing, but yeah, I guess so. Nice to be here.
What? What do you mean you don't
No,
know
it's
who
nice
you're
to be
playing?
here. I don't know who I'm playing. I mean, I'll figure out what my team tells me.
What team are you on?
Milkman. I just didn't look at the
Oh,
schedule.
Milkman. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're against Illusion Esports tonight.
Illusion. Okay, cool. I don't know who that is, but
That is the team we
good.
streamed last week who took a game off of XG Jackals.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
tough team, tough team. As we, call me, actually, care you to comment on that, actually, due to you being on XG and losing last week?
What do you mean losing last week? We won. No, this is rage bait. Can't rage bait me. Not online.
What is the rage bait? You guys lost a game and you were flaming
It was a
and you were
content
flaming
game.
everyone for losing a game, and then you lost a game. I just feel like it's
Wait,
fair.
who did I flame for losing a game?
Oh, Improvise was saying some rude words to Shirley Not Syndicate for losing
Improvise.
a game. Is that not your captain?
No, I'm the captain.
Really? I couldn't tell the way
Damn,
he
okay.
yaps.
It says it on the thing that I'm captain.
I'm just always so used to Improvise being captain. My bad.
Improvise also put himself as captain. That's why.
I mean, he
Okay.
owns the org, no? He's legit actually owner.
And Chris also owns Cincinnati, but
Oh.
Chris was captain too. Chris was captain.
Chris was captain too until a certain DM questionnaire I heard was sent around.
No comment.
Any comment on
No.
that, Mr. Lost?
No,
Any
we move on. We move on.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay.
I don't think being an
So
owner has anything to do with being a captain. You know.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, this week we don't have predictions lined up because it's the middle of the season, so we have power rankings lined up. We can also do some predictions as well. Go through each match, just do a quick one. But I think it's time for us to start working on our justifications. So, Shadow Wilds is our first group we'll start with. You'll notice Kami isn't there because Kami never DM'd it to me.
Check your DMs.
Check my DMs. I
Granted, I
just
did
got
it
a
a
message
completely-
request.
I did do it a completely different way.
That is
I'll have
not
to read
the
them out.
power
It's probably too
rankings.
late.
I
That's
sent
not-
power rankings of all of them put together.
That is not how this works.
My
Oh, you
bad.
should- You should DM me that.
That is. Yep. That is okay. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll go through it. Very interesting. Very interesting how you have the bottom half there. Actually, we're gonna send you that as a response of walk in, buddy. Okay. So, for Shadow Isles, I have Surely Not Syndicate, Akuma, GG, High Alert, Cincinnati, Flannel, Elysian, and Merc Ocean, who I believe has dropped. So,
Yes.
very unfortunate. So, Merc Ocean will now be going forward. I believe all the games will be turned into FF victories. So, that would be Elysium getting a win, I believe. And that would be. Who else do they play? Flannel Cal getting a win. And that would also be Surely Not Syndicate getting a win. So all those teams technically get a free win until further notice, though. But now, Lost. You have Cincinnati third. Care to explain?
I mean, it is a slightly, I helped make the teams of syndicate, so it's slightly biased. But also think that they really shouldn't have lost their game 3 versus High Alert. They were like up like 6 or 7K. There were just a lot of poor decisions. And then their other 2 losses have been against the best 2 teams in that division, or in that Shadow Isles division, right? So I'm pretty sure they will be able to win out. They already played against the Merc for the FFs, so like it's not even like a free win. I guess it still technically is, but like whatever. I think like if they had a rematch, they would be able to win and convert. Um, there have been some roster changes, which is unfortunate, but I do think overall like the team has gotten better. So I just think that like if like the next 3 weeks are like pretty solid for them, they'll be a pretty strong team going into playoffs.
Okay. When didn't you make that roster though, by chance?
Yeah, that's what I said. I helped make the
Oh.
rosters.
He helped make the roster, and then Chris proceeded to randomly disappear. I think I've heard this before. I think it was an XG saying before of yeah, that guy needs to be gone. Don't know where I got that from though.
That's Dorado. Lock in.
Oh, Dorado. That's it. That's it. Okay. Idris, you
What's up?
think High Alert is better than GG, and I have it
Well,
swapped.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I did the first 2, and then I copied the standings for the rest. So I don't think High Alert is third. They happen to be
You-
third.
Okay, genuinely, who do you think is third then? No, not
Like,
looking at the standings.
I don't know, because I know Syndicate, surely not. I kind of know Akuma Halberds. I think that's Halberds. And then, I don't know. I mean, I recognize 2 or 3 players here or there. I thought that Syndicate team could be good, but I saw that they're 1-3. I just can't like justify a 1-3 team as third. Maybe they're 1-4 or 2. I don't even know. But
1 and 3.
yeah, I mean, maybe Elysian. They did some roster changes. It's kind of like a Fiesta in there, so I don't really know.
So you just think after the top 4, it just gets really muddy, and you just
Honestly,
like,
after the top 2, it gets some money. I think there's a bit of a drop off.
really?
Yeah,
So you don't
honestly,
think
big
High
drop off
Alert
after
and or
1.
GG can challenge that?
I don't think anyone will challenge. It's really not Syndicate. Maybe Akuma Halberds can be challenged, but they're pretty good, I think. I mean, I think they're pretty good. So yeah, Have they played yet? 1 and 2? That might be a good game.
Akuma.
Yeah, they played week 1 and surely not 1-2-1. I mean, I
2-1.
think the thing about this group is kind of weird after the first two. I agree. Like High Alert lost to Flannel,
Yep,
right? But I still
that's
put
what
Flannel underneath them. Galaxy hasn't played anyone. They've only lost against Surely Not, but like their wins are against like the bottom 3. Like
So now they have a tough second half, and you don't think they can
y-
pull through?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, their game versus Cincinnati will probably decide who goes as 4th.
Yeah, I actually don't recognize a single player on High Alert, meaning starting roster. I'm not gonna lie.
Their top,
Maybe I'll. I have no idea who these people are.
their top went by a different name before, but he has played comp like for a while.
Okay, and looking at Kami standings, Kami has Surely Not Syndicate as the second best team in Diamond, and has Halberts as the fifth best team. Then High Alert right underneath them at 6. So where's GG for you? You have them in the middle of the pack, Kami?
I have them in the middle of the pack. I don't remember if I put GG below Elysian. I did. I would actually swap that now that because I kind of rushed through it. I would actually put Elysian over GG.
So you think the Valkyrie, which Elysium roster? Which Elysium? There's 2.
Esports Diamond, the one with Boulder, the one in Shadow Isles.
Okay, so you think that team is better than GG Zenith?
Yeah.
That is, yeah, that is okay.
Well, I also have Scrimbucks against GG Zenith. And
Oh, so we're using the Scrimbucks for justification. Okay.
well, you play against some of these teams in scrims. Sometimes they're not, really they're not true, in terms of like displaying a skill. But I do think that I like the name value on Elysian. I don't think that means GG Zenith is bad. I think if anything, they're right next to each other. It's not like, oh, this team is way better. It's not like a Chocoman with like Omega kind of thing.
Right,
It's
but
more of
according to your
just
power rankings, you would put ID Freaks over GG Zenith if you swap them. Pure. Do you think
No.
one group is that much harder?
Yeah, my group is harder. I agree.
Do you think
Yep.
Bilgewater is that much harder? That GG Zenith kind of has like Mickey wins in your eyes in Shadow Isles?
I do think there are Mickey teams in every thing. I also put the bowling team over the diamond team, thinking that the bowling team was the diamond team. So half my list is, I think, kind of bullshit. I would actually put ID Freaks a little bit lower, a lot lower. They're probably around like Lab Nemesis level. Lab.
So right
I
next
also
to
put Cincinnati all the way down at the bottom.
you did put Cincinnati as the 4th worst team.
Come on, bro. You cannot. Nah.
Cincinnati, in
Wait, in all
Kami's
of
eyes,
BOL?
is in all of BOL Diamond. They are
Oh,
the
that's
4th
rough.
worst team. There
Dude, I
is
think there are
3
teams
teams
that would go
worse:
bottom in Emerald.
the Blue Gaming Rose, Purple Pirates, and Merc Ocean.
So your competition is basically a team that's winless, a team that left the league, and a team that just came in and has a platinum player as Strongbow. I think they're better than those teams.
Huh.
And to their credit, I am a little biased. I like Chris my homie. I also don't think that Leon 123 is good.
Oh, so
Tactics
you don't
is
think
also my
Leon
homie.
is? You think Leon's the problem on Cincinnati? Is that what
I-
you're saying?
I think when Chris was on the team against Surely Not, I watched those games and I was like, oh boy, their ADC is trolling. But I don't know what the comms were like. I don't know how their players are like. Apparently, there are some behind the scenes issues I don't know of. So, I don't know. I think the roster iteration as of right now, I don't think they've gelled. I think that they've just come together and they're losing. And the only way they would really improve in standings is if they beat the weaker teams.
The what teams? The what teams coming? After the talk we had last week, you did
Hey.
not learn, buddy. You did not learn.
Wait, what do you mean I didn't learn? That's literally learning on the fly.
Wait, what happened last week? Are we not allowed to say certain words?
Oh, no, last week, if you missed it, it was apparently the greatest auto talk because I had improvise and call me.
Me,
The Yap duo.
we had me, Imp, and Grim. So we were just
It
shit
was
talking in here.
it was a
Somebody's got to
complete.
be a villain.
That's productive.
It was very. I see that we already moved on to the next group though. Bilgewater, very consistent top 3. 4 and 5 is where a lot of it differs. Bottom is pretty consistent though as well. So the argument is DDG better than new look XSV? My personal opinion, no. I think XSV with Rigor Mortis is a bit better, and I would have put them over, but I genuinely don't think it's enough in a way. And I'm going to see why you disagree with us, Idris. Why do you think XSV is still better?
It was just a whim. I don't know. Hang on. Let's see. Look at XSV. I mean, they're okay. What about who are we comparing them? DDG?
Yeah.
DDG.
I mean, honestly, they're interchangeable. It was just I just kind of yellowed that one.
I just went off because they played each other, right? Like that was it.
Yeah, I think DDG smacked XSV.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was with Scuden, right? So it was after the roster change too.
Yeah, it was after the roster changes as
yeah,
well.
maybe they just got unlucky. Who knows?
I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
I think personally it's a different game, but I do think DDG is pretty consistent in this group. I think the top 3 is real easy, and the bottom 3 are real easy. It's just 4 5 is where the toss up happens. Right? And you have to see how this new XSV roster gels continuing forward. Kami, let's look at your power rankings because you did them all. You have Choco Mint as the 3rd best team in all of Diamond, followed by Omega Goobers right behind. And then you have Blades as 7th, right?
7th?
7th.
Was it Blades? No.
Halberds is
or-
6th.
Yeah, Halberds is higher.
Yeah, you have
Then
Halberds,
Hyler, then Blades.
then Blades, and then you have DDG 10th
XSV and DDG.
or 11th.
Yeah, I have XSV and then DDG.
Gotcha.
I think that DDG players, I think their bench is better than their starters.
it's on the bench.
Blush and Tiliana Grande.
But oh yeah, I don't understand because we played against Blush, even though it says Volto starting. I don't exactly know who's playing.
Yeah. If Blush was starting, I would have DDG higher than XSV. But if it's Blush on bench, I have DDG.
Yeah, I probably agree with that too.
Yeah, what he said. That's right.
Okay.
I do
That's
think
very good.
their mid is very good. Yeah, got smacked by Zed and they got 50 kills on us in like 30 minutes, game 2. But yeah.
Yep, that's something that happened. Yep. Log Xerath here.
Log Xerath.
Then you have Elysian Bowling, and then you have Bloom Gaming Rose as the 3rd worst team. Now, guys, what happened to Bloom Gaming Rose in our opinions? Let's start with you, Idris.
Well, they're just bad. I don't know what to say.
That's it.
They're like low diamond emerald average. Maybe they're just like a bit out of their depth. They haven't seemed to like win anything yet. So
Okay, Kami, do you think there's anything more to that, or is it just a skill issue?
I know some of the players on that. I just don't think that they're really meant for BOL Diamond. At least this iteration. I don't know what's going on with it. If there's behind the scenes issues, I just could just be, I guess, unlucky group. But how could it be an unlucky group when you got some free wins in there? And I don't think they've picked up a win yet, have they?
No, they are winless.
Yeah, you're 0-8. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
either
are
you're getting,
winless.
either you're getting hard skill dift or you're just not meshing well as a team.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two. I don't think they're just very good at all.
I think Lost would know most about this. You know, considering he is the team maker, as he calls himself,
For what?
for the
Guaranteed
reason
quarters.
Bloom Gaming, the reason Bloom Gaming struggles.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, Chill Savior's pretty good. I don't know why Elysium's doing so bad. Bleeding Wolves is good. Chill Savior's good. I mean, I think this
What?
group.
Right,
A
that's a
Bloom
different team.
Gaming role?
Oh
What?
shit.
He's on Elysian.
What?
He's on Elysian.
Oh fuck.
Nice. This
No,
guy's
no.
not even listening, by the
Okay.
way.
More so, I just meant like this group is kind of hard. Like I
Think
don't know.
so?
Yeah, I mean, like I think in like a, I I think they would be like what third or fourth in another group maybe. I think no like on me. I do think like I think you and Milkman are really good, and then the rest of your group is like
Oh, they're all no names.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I think
oh,
like
wait a second. Breaking news. Idris,
What's up?
your knight just freed up.
Oh, really?
Did they
Why?
FF?
They FF'd?
Illusion Esports will FF this week
Bro.
against the Milkmen.
Why?
I
They give a
they,
reason?
they said they couldn't find us up for the match.
No sub?
Oh, well, that's
Congratulations.
unlucky.
There you go. Another win
Like,
in a tightly contested
well,
group.
now we gotta like find a scrim or something. well,
Boy, buddy.
that kind of sucks.
Yo, can I sub oven for them after my games?
You gotta ask what's his face? Dude, after the
Chloe?
games, dude, that's too late. If you can find someone for right now, I mean, maybe you could ask Cole or something.
Oh, nice.
Cole or Moach or whatever. They do all the captain stuff.
Okay. By the way, Dragon's
Man,
number 1 in BOL Draft League. Just saying that. Despite a performance, Dragon's number 1. If you remember, you remember. That was a fun season. Uh, yeah, I think Bloom Gaming is just mesh issues and just honestly, it's hard to be on a losing team, and when you're struggling and you know you can perform better, and you know everyone else can perform better, but it just doesn't like carry those results. It's just really frustrating, right? Because then it starts to eat away at your mental for the team, in my opinion. Have you
they're
guys ever been on a team where you just constantly lose despite you knowing you're being better?
No, that doesn't normally happen.
Oh, okay.
I've never been on that losing of a team.
Hey man, when you're homeless, you're homeless. You know, you gotta go to any team that'll take you.
I've been on losing teams before, but I knew we were like dog shit, so it is whatever.
Yeah,
I also
oh, you go. You go first.
sorry. Also, they're like Bloom's ADC is pretty good too. I don't, but like that guy plays from EU. He has like 120 ping.
Oh,
That's good
master.
luck, man.
Yeah.
Place from EU, like this Bloom Gaming, like 8th place.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think he
unlucky.
or whatever. I don't know, but he plays in NA from EU or something.
I mean, I respect that. You just play with the homies, take a 200 ping loss. It's all good.
And
Oh.
I was gonna say, I know what being on a losing team is like when I had to team with YouTube and miss it.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
I'll ask YouTube about that. Don't worry.
You can ask him. He got capped by
Holy carrot.
Oh, GG. All right, let's move on to the final group of Ixtal. And I think this is where Kami said he has this number 1 ranked team. Of course, himself of XG. And noticing some interesting things here though on it.
What's interesting?
Guys, don't ask why mine looks exactly like the standings, okay? Like this was before Illusion lost. Guys, come on. Let's not flame me too hard, alright? If I would had to do it again, I'd probably put Illusion 5th, you know, move up Kitten Kingdom and Karate Kids. We did not make up improvise, do not lie in the chat. But unfortunately, the consistent bottom one would be Purple Pirates. Unless for Idris, would you mind explaining that XG down
Yeah,
there?
sure. Well, simple. It's a Mickey Mouse group. So like we're number 1, everyone else is like in the middle, and then XG's last.
Oh, why is that? Why is actually
They just
last in
suck.
your opinion?
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
They're just
Oh,
getting lucky. They're
Wait, but
getting
if it,
really lucky. It's like
but if it's a
Oh.
Mickey Mouse group and you're first, so you're saying you winning games is also Mickey Mouse?
yes,
are you
but
saying you're the
we'll have
king
to
of
just prove
Mickey
ourselves.
Mouse?
Exactly. We are in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. We're like I don't know who's like the strongest guy in the Mickey Mouse universe. We're that guy.
It's whoever's
I
carrying
guess it's
a
just Mickey
backpack.
Mouse himself.
Yeah, it's probably Mickey.
Mickey Mouse himself.
But yeah, I mean, I did this as a bit of a meme. I would always put myself first, no matter what. It's just why like play if you're not gonna put yourself first, right? I don't know. It's hard to rank some of these teams, but I think there is like some kind of line. Like this Illusion team is probably not too bad.
They're all right.
Karate Kids. I mean, Illusion FF sadly, so I won't actually know, but I
The
think
worst
we
thing
played against
about these
Karate Kids.
teams is like they're all just all right. They're not terrible, but they're all okay. They're mediocre. That's
Yeah, it feels like they're just kind of like D4 average teams. So it's like, I guess they're too good for Emerald Leagues, but they just can't really challenge anyone, sadly. It seems like the Purple Pirates are like exceptionally unfortunate.
Sorry about that. So I think a thing I have as well. Lost. Why do you have Karate Kids up so high over Glacial?
I mean, those who haven't played each other probably interchangeable, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I just looked at the matchups. I think Glacial beat Kittens, as well. I don't know. And Illusion has like only one versus like the really low teams. Like the one win one and the no win one. So yeah, and I think Karate Kids like honestly I don't know which one's Karate Kids and which one's Kittens, but
Karate Kids has Memer Six, Dual Legal Owl Jungle, Papa
yeah, I think
Doge,
that the owl guy is probably pretty good. Like
and Kitten Kingdom now has Kaz Jungle this week, who just hit Masters, by the way.
I think Glacial's like their ranks are kind of low, but they seem like a decent team. So
Okay. And Kami, going off you, you have EG first in the whole thing. And then second is Milkman at what is that?
7,
Ninth.
9.
You have Milkman at ninth. So you think that there are 8 teams better than the second place team in your group?
Realistically, yes and no. I don't think Milkmen are bad. I think that they're all probably like, if I were to put like Milkmen against like Omega Goobers, Chocomint, Halberds, Syndicate, it's like I think they're all a lot closer than the standings because there's 24 spots open. You gotta put everybody somewhere. I think in terms of this group, I think they're definitely second. And to be honest, everybody else is kind of whatever. It doesn't really matter. You could like spin the wheel, like champion roulette, and probably just win.
You're not gonna lie, when you said ninth, I got a little excited. I thought you were saying ninth out of like 8 of the teams in our group, and I was like, I was ready for something there.
No,
I
ninth
mean,
out of the 32.
I was like, damn, yeah, did me with that one.
I was told to not be toxic. I mean, I can.
Yeah, I mean, sure, buddy. But
I
you
was a
have
week late.
Karate Kids, Glacial, and then Kitten Kingdom all within 4 ranks of each other in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the XSV team would be better than some of those teams you put there, honestly, with how they played last week. Again,
You,
they need more time to mesh together. That could always change. And then you have Lab Nemesis, and then you have Purple Pirates at the very bottom as the second worst team. Technically, the worst team now.
yes. Yeah. The Purple Pirates has like 2 platinum players in a Diamond League, and like the
Hey,
rest of the roster is like Emerald.
there's nothing wrong with being platinum. You could be platinum in Apex. Someone I know would say.
Ooh, Matt G.
I was going for a fourth Espada, but Magi also works.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you. I don't understand how Espada is apexed. That is some of the craziest things that I've seen. But that's a different
Yep.
story.
Spada is apexed. Sims
yeah.
is watching.
So, Sems, please don't apex me. Thanks.
Can we apex this guy too?
I thought you were already apexed.
I am apex. I'm trying to get him to take me off of the apex list.
Oh, okay.
Um,
There's a lot of Apex players here playing in the Honest BOL
For
Diamond
real,
League.
free,
Hey.
free
Bro,
everyone.
there's a MVP runner up for fucking Immortal playing in this league, bro.
YouTube, my goat, or not my goat. I hate that guy. I think that XSV is better than the three teams. I don't think Glacial is very good. Illusion did take a game off of us. I will admit.
Yeah.
You know, can't really. However,
They
the
did
first,
do it.
yeah, they did do it. We did get cheese, and we let Joby on an AD pick. His first one all season, and we lost. So that tells you what you need to know. But of those teams, I think that Illusion is the best, but I still think XSV beats them. I think that Glacial. I don't know what people see in Glacial. I know Improvise told me that they're just fundamentally good team, and I'm like I don't know what you're talking about. We were trolling on match day, and they couldn't beat us.
Wait, is that the Zigzal TP thing?
The Zigzal, yeah. We were trolling. There's bound to be a clip of Improvise's Poppy somewhere.
Oh.
You know.
Improvise Poppy, don't let him have that one.
Yeah, I know. He's not allowed anymore.
That was a real horror show. That was a real horror show.
That one is a horror show. But I think even then, with all these teams, like me saying that they're worse, I still think they're better than the other half of the league. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that pretty much wraps up our power rankings of each group. Now I have a question for each of you. What is your mock finals now that we're about to be 5 weeks down? Idris, who do you have in the finals of BOL?
Should I
at the end of the
consider
month?
like format and like the groups,
No.
or should I just do top 2 teams?
You can. Do you want to consider the format? You can't.
It's too much. I mean, it's more interesting to just say like who might make it. I would say my goal is me versus like I don't know Syndicate or XG. Realistically, it might be that we like one of the. It's just not going to happen due to the format, but that would be like the goal.
You could do Syndicate. So it'd be Milkman versus Surely Not Syndicate.
Do we not fit? So doesn't Milkman go on opposite side of bracket?
For 1 and 2, I guess so.
Unless
be
there's
me-
like a really weird, unfortunate circumstance.
I don't see
Right.
the playoff schedule.
12 teams do make playoffs. So
Yeah, I mean, I based off the roster, Syndicate is like the most stacked in the league. Probably, I've never watched their games. I don't know how disciplined they are. XG Jackals is also really stacked. You guys are definitely not disciplined. Choco Man, I don't know much about. They just beat OMG, and I would say OMG is like also similar, really stacked roster that's probably not as disciplined. Maybe they will get their shit together, but yeah, that's
okay.
kind of how I feel about like the top few teams.
Okay. Kami, who's your dream finals?
Dream finals. I mean, I want to say it's XG versus Surely Not, right? But they're probably gonna go out in quarters.
Oh, quarters.
Yeah, it's a YouTube team. Hello.
Oh.
That guy sucks. If it's not them, I'd probably want to play against Chocomit or even
okay.
Omega Goobers. I want to see what people are saying about these bot lanes being like fucking cracked. I don't know. I got the people saying that like they're number 1, number 2 bot lanes in the league, and now I want to see what it's all about. Because I think they're shit.
And then lost.
Sorry, I mean they're bad. I mean they're okay.
Like my ideal finals probably us versus either XG or Surely Not. Yeah. It would be a fever dream if Cincinnati made it, but no, I don't know if they can turn it around. So probably just one of those two. I think Milkman probably can too. Like honestly, I know they played actually already and lost, but I think it's pretty close.
Not
Like,
yet.
We haven't played
we haven't played.
Milkman yet.
Oh wait, no, you guys lost against Kids. What the fuck happened there?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. We got Worm Jones leaving.
Yeah, we got improvise or not improvise. We got Joby Talon.
It was about the worst we could possibly play, and we played worse than that.
Alright,
So
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I could see all three. Like, I think Omega's also very good too. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of teams that I think are pretty good.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I don't think you should meet Omega in playoffs, Lost, due to the recent
Hey,
run that Omega run.
whatever, bro.
Force Walker being your father in ADL
Yeah,
and Bank.
it is what it
Oh,
is.
Going up,
damn,
you
that's
won
crazy.
both series just to lose 2 games straight, game 4 and 5. Fortunately,
No,
BO3s
no,
are a
that's not
thing.
how. That's not what happened, bro.
Unfortunately, Loss's father has still been in this league long enough that OMG is still a threat. Um, but now I have a great question for you guys again. Who is your team that is your darkest horse?
Oh,
You think that it could be any of the groups, any team, and they make playoffs and make it far. Who is your darkest horse, Idris?
honestly, realistically, it's Milkmen because I know like we're probably like I don't know, we're just like a meme team, but I think we can do damage. Just depends on if we like get our shit together. Probably like another dark horse would be like either of the Akuma teams. I'm not sure which one's like actually better, but I don't think many people have them as like contenders for first, but maybe they can do pretty good.
are you sure, dude? Akuma
Maybe
did very
Halberds is
against Valor.
better.
I think Halberds is better, but I
Halberds
do
looks
think
better. I don't know who this mid is. Just typed random letters for his name, but
yeah.
everyone else I've heard is pretty good.
Mhm.
I could have either of the two Akuma teams actually being dark horse.
Okay. What about you, Lost?
Could you repeat the question? Sorry. I
Your
was.
dark horse.
Um, I mean, I would probably say Milkman just because it doesn't seem like Kami has you guys too high, and maybe all other teams don't either. But yeah.
I have Milkman
Yeah.
decently high.
Lost
Okay.
has a high opinion of us because of what happened last night in scrims. That's all I'll say.
Yo, no comment. No comment.
Lost got fathered yet again.
That's
No.
crazy.
Hey,
My
listen.
God.
We were
Which
experimenting.
father are we on,
Go.
Lost?
Hey, we were experimenting.
Oh, that's the excuse now.
Rigor mortis
Oh,
of
good
Canyon.
heavens. It's fine. And now one last question. Which fourth seeded team, in your opinion, goes the furthest from which group? Eekstall, Shadow Isles, or Bilgewater? Fourth seed.
See,
Can you cycle through them real quick? It's like Karate Kids.
Potential fourth seeds for Bilgewater are XSV, DDG, Omega, and Elysian Bowling.
Oh, like at the
Shadow
end.
Isles.
Okay.
Yeah. Shadow Isles, it's High Alert or GG Zenith, or technically Elysian Esports Diamond and Cincinnati, or it's Karate Kids, Kitten Kingdom, Glacial, Illusion, Loud Nemesis. Out of those
May-
potential pools, which group goes further with their fourth seed?
Maybe.
I think Shadow Isles.
Yeah, I would say Shadow Isles. I mean, Elysian had a rough start. Then they brought in Mouth 60. You can get them to like a decent level at least. They were like 1-3, right? Or 1-4?
I
Two
think
and three?
they're 1-3 right now.
Okay, yeah. If they're 1-3, then they'll probably end up as like a loose seed. But I could see them like winning games unless they have like a bad schedule.
They think they go against GG's. I think they already lost against GG Zenith, so GG Zenith owns the tiebreaker.
So long as they don't have
over
to
them.
play Halberds and surely not, they can probably
They
make playoffs.
got a free win, technically, because they're against Merc Ocean, and I think Merc Ocean dropped. So they're 2-3 right now.
Yo, Glor, I gotta
Then
go,
they have-
dude. Apparently, we're getting rule booked because I'm not
Oh.
there.
Oh.
Rulebook for being on
Oh,
Otter
who's
Talk
rule
is
booking
crazy.
you? Hold on, who's rule booking you?
Lab Nemesis is rule booking us because I'm not
That's-
there.
That's crazy.
Oh. Hold on a
That
second.
is
too
pretty
funny.
fucked.
Hold on a second. Let me at Lab Nemesis. Yo, Lab
There's like an
Nemesis.
admin exception here, right?
They are in BOL Otter Talk. You cannot rule book. GG. There we go. Don't worry,
I
Tommy.
mean,
I've only just
I
met you, but I'll
respect.
protect you like that.
Thanks, buddy.
I think whoever's fourth seed in my group will also do pretty well. It's either gonna be DDG or XSV probably.
Okay. All right. We can go ahead and cut it off early there since Improvise is now sending me death threats like usual.
It's okay.
So what if I lied to Coffee?
What?
That's
Dang, we're out
crazy.
here framing
That
them. That's
is
crazy.
crazy.
That's
You got framed
crazy.
like that. Just for that, we're delaying it 10 more minutes. Come on, Coffee. You got a lot more to speak, right?
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Oh, I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's fine. That was a valid one. That was a valid one. Okay. We can do a quick speed run though of the predictions. DDG or Elysian bowling team for Bilgewater, guys. Just say what team you think is gonna win.
DDG.
DDG, Idris,
This is bowling team. DDG.
Omega Goobers, or Akuma Blades.
Omega.
Omega. That's on. Surely that's on stream, right?
No.
Oh,
Omega
unlucky.
versus who?
Akuma Blades.
Honestly, that should be a banger game. I do think Omega takes it.
ID Freaks, Bloom Gaming Rose.
ID Freaks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Choco Mint, XSV Pride.
Choco Mint.
Chocolate.
Okay. Shadow Isles is Surely Not versus Flannel Cow.
Surely not.
Yeah, same.
I don't know
Free
about
win.
that one.
I'll do Flannel. I hate you, dude. But I like 10
Oh, okay. That match is already concluded. Kuma Halberts versus High Alert.
Alberts.
Akuma.
Alberts.
Mr. Gummy.
I said Halberts.
Halberts? So 3 Halberts? Okay.
Yeah.
GG Zenith, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Zenith. Surely Chipster's got
yeah.
it this time.
We'll say Cincinnati. We'll get a win in there.
Let's go. Let's go. Thank you.
Why are we lying? Why are we giving this guy hope?
Somebody dropped the Taco Bell on
Why
him.
are we giving this guy hope?
We'll just have to
Purple
do
Pirates versus Kitten Kingdom.
Kitten Kingdom, I think.
Kitten Kingdom, yeah.
Yep.
Milkman Team Illusion is no longer happening. The streamed game tonight, Karate Kids Glacial Knights.
Karate Kids.
I think Karate
Karate
Kids.
Kids? Karate
Yeah,
Kids?
kids.
All
Is
right.
Karate Kids the one with Rusha?
Yes.
Hello?
Glacial Knights.
And then Lab Nemesis versus XG. I don't know. I think Lab Nemesis could honestly take it the way Improvise is acting in general chat.
Yeah, I was so ready to just hate on Lab Nemesis for rule booking us, and then I say, all right, Improvise. Tell him it's lying to us. Oh.
Maybe we got a rulebook XG there. And
Whoa,
give Lab
XG's
Nemesis the
already
win.
under investigation. You don't need to
Yeah,
do
they're
that.
under investigation.
Oh, again?
Always. Have you seen Joby?
I would say Lab Nemesis, but I had a friend on that roster and they benched him, so I'm gonna go with XG.
Oh. Lost?
Yeah, Lab Nemesis caught it, bro. No worries.
Yeah, well, Lab Nemesis got it. No worries. Got it.
I'd be so happy if Lab won just so I can make fun of Joby for losing to like an Emerald 4 jungler. I'd be so down.
Oh. Okay.
Just first
nice.
time
Can you go and explain that to your juggler, though, real quick?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
All right. Yes, we're going to be going ahead and going now to our break. So that way we can get everything set up for our stream match tonight. Thank you very much, Kami, Idris, and Lost for joining us tonight.
Can you look
Any
at general
final
chat?
thought? Oh, sure. Let me look at general chat. Challenge. Well, fucking again at BOL is crazy. Call me. Okay, you can join. You can join.
The timeout, right?
I hate
Yeah.
this team, dude. Get me
Alright.
out.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck,
All right.
guys.
Enjoy,
see you
guys.
all.
Have a great games tonight. Well, two of you aren't having games tonight, so give us a quick break. We'll be right back with our stream game tonight: Karate Kids versus Glacial Knights. The battle
Hello.
for the top half.
everyone. Welcome to week 5 of the Diamond League. I hope you all enjoyed that amazing Otter talk. I am Rue, joined once a minute by Glaws, and we have a very important matchup this week.
Yeah, very important. This is actually going to determine a lot of Ixtal's playoff chances.
Absolutely will. Karate Kids and Glacial Knights, what we have for you all today. Current 4th v 5th matchup. Both of these teams stuck at 2-2. I decided getting into that positive in the wins, that would be very, very useful for them, of course. There's quite a few teams actually in Ishtal stuck at 2-2, so to really differentiate yourself from the crowd will be massively important for these two teams. The bands already coming in for our first map, coming in with the Rel, the Nefiri. Interesting to see the Nefiri ban after it's got hit by yet another nerf.
That champion is still too strong, in my opinion. I think it's still really strong. I think it still has good clear health, and I think that's really just the important part of it. Mbessa Gwen insta next two bans back to back quick.
Do love me some Gwen ban in my life, even through that recent nerf as well. Still a very strong top laner, of course, and also okay in the jungle. I wouldn't say great anymore. A little bit less damage dealt, a little bit slower clear speed. Has a bit of an impact, but maybe not the most impactful thing overall in the recent change, as we do see the Morgana instantly taken the buff.
Whoa. First pick Morgana.
First pick Morgana. The buff doesn't really do
What
much.
season are we in? Hold on. What season are we in?
It feels like Morgana is much more useful as a counter pick in the current meta. Having a bit more health on a black shield is great, but it's not that great, especially when the other team can just kind of avoid it. A lot of CC, of course, coming through from Morgana nowadays, but definitely something that Glacial Knight's going to look to avoid with things like Zinjiao. And I wonder where they're going to go second here. Where do you think Morgana's going? Is this a support Morgana? Is it mid Morgana? Like jungle Morgana?
Could be jungle. Like honestly, it probably could be jungle.
Big
I
fan of
mean,
that myself. Tons of options open here.
Caitlyn, Syndra into the Orianna. Of course, Orianna, the ball delivery system onto any carry. Mel.
That's not locked yet, but that is definitely a choice. It feels like one team is leaning very AP heavy here, and it's definitely not the Karate Kids. Mel Oriana now locked. It feels like Morgana's just been given a lot of value. Maybe not in terms of the CC mitigation, but the Black Shield, it mitigates magic damage, and you're just feeding magic damage into it.
I mean, you can overload it. That's
True.
Happier Cat is saying the more gets to take away. Thank you. I appreciate you talking to us mid draft. See now it's gonna be Skirner Band, Ash Band away as well. Now, what do you think Karate Kids needs to round out their comp, in your opinion, Ro?
I mean, looking at this, I think Tank Top is the clearest option. Things like the Orn provide immense teamfight CC as well. Cassante receiving a buff to his W damage doesn't do much, but still a buff to Cassante is a buff to Cassante. It would appear that the Glacial Knights think this is a Morgana in the support role, with the Skarner and the Jarvan both being taken away. On the other side, 2 ADCs banned. Is this like a Mel top that I'm not aware of?
Not sure. I don't think so. I think personally.
It's Varus locked in.
Yeah. Okay. So Varus male bot. Are you having Mel support?
Could be Mel support.
I think it's Mel support. Into Caitlyn Morgana. Doesn't sound too bad, personally. It's just you're not able to get your root off a lot, but you are able to block the Morgana Q and a lot of the damage. And
Morgana jungle.
That will change everything. It's Morgana jungle.
I think that is a very nice counterplay. The Mel support now is pretty hopeless. You're into a hook champ, so if you block the hook, then you're still getting hooked. Welcome to
Yep.
season 25. Yes, no, tank top, please.
Oh.
You need tank with CC.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh.
That's a
Hey.
good one. Do that one. Do
Take
that
with
one.
CC.
That'll do too.
Oh, take with CC.
That'll do. Well done. Sante did receive a light touch in the previous patch.
I think I don't like the Kazante here
You don't?
into. I think it's just hard for him to really buy a lot of space against a team that's like kind of high range. No, the only real person he can stop consistently is Xin Zhao.
Yeah, I understand that, but you do have a lot of space as well with things like the Nautilus. Morgana as well is kind of a, if you want to engage with, you're going to have to really earn it kind of a champ. So you have a lot of ways to kind of try and mitigate that, I guess. Wow, it's a very interesting end to that draft there. Flexing that Morgana into the jungle, I really like. Not super clear how Morgana into Xinjiao is, but I don't imagine if the Morgana is able to get her 6 camps, that much of an issue will be happening. I think if the Xinjiao is able to find an early invade, that could be a massive opening for the Glacial Knights to really try and get through this game. But if you want to invade, you have to find Prio in a lane somewhere to help it out. And maybe you have Prio through Varus Mel, so you clear your bot side and invade on bot.
I guess. I mean, should be interesting. Of course, Caitlyn's strength, always trying to get that lane pressure and abuse the range early game.
Hmm.
So I think that's what you realistically play for, and you have this Morgana kind of support them. But hopefully Syndra does not lose Slash early, because if Syndra loses Slash early into this type of comp where she can't make a positioning mistake, it's going to be really tough for them.
Well, indeed. Well,
So that's where I'm looking at.
yeah, I'm looking everywhere. This is a very interesting draft. Always interesting as well when you see AP taken mid and jungle. But we will get back with the game itself in a couple minutes once the client draft has completed. Once we're through the spectator delay, we'll be back with game number 1 of the series between Karate Kids and Glacial Knights. we are here. Hello, welcome everyone to the stream. Yeah, looking through this, Kate Nautilus is going to be very important, especially Karate Kids. It's kind of honestly their win con this game is playing through this Caitlyn, getting it strong enough to deal with things like the Ornn. But you also have to be careful. There is a Mel on the other side, and one headshot is pretty lethal sometimes. Pretty lethal.
Yep. Sometimes Mel will press W just like in Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
Yeah, except you're not killing Maddie this time.
Oh. I hated Maddie. I'm not gonna lie. I hate
You
Scott
deserve it, it's
people.
fine. Well,
I hate
we
people
don't
who are
see it.
from the overseas, from the small island off the coast of Europe, specifically.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I have it known that she was Scottish and therefore also the enemy.
Yep. As, oh, wait a second, Ro. You're from that small island, aren't you?
And
Oh.
once again, she was Scottish, still the enemy.
Oh. Still the enemy, despite her being Scottish. Scotland
Ah.
forever, though.
Scottish means that she's not English, and therefore England, Scotland can't be mixing those two up.
Nope, of course not. Who would in their right minds ever? A nice hook there onto it. Pixel Wolf will be trapped up as well. Drops the cleanse, but Maxim takes a really bad trade in the return, and Varus is happy about it. Oh,
Yeah.
unless Varus eats another Q.
Coming out of that trade, overall very happy, I think, on the side of the Mel Varus, because your Mel still has a whole lot of HP to be using. Did have to use the cleanse though. Maxime didn't burn the barrier. I think using it in that play, potentially you can look to go even more aggressive, try and go even crazier. But I think I like the restraint, all things considered there. And unfortunately, though, you are into the double range with double comet as well. So Maxime has to be very careful until he can get that first base off.
Oh, nice trade there as we look through it a lot. Personally,
I don't think you wanted to hit that Q3.
oh, we were
You
six.
did not want to hit that Q3.
Flash? Oh, Orange should have flashed there. It would have been a kill, I believe. If not, it would have been Alpha. Honestly.
I would have done it, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, like, come on. You could flash there, right, bro? Come on now.
I mean, the Ornn definitely can go for the flash play. Once you hit that W, you get the extra damage of your next auto attack on that enemy.
Air 6 could have W up, though, you know.
I don't think he would have by then. I think it was just not quite off cooldown, but...
Oh, nice
gonna
little
get-
fight here between Jushinger and Duolingo, and Duolingo will just steal it.
Yeah. Xin Zhao
Unfortunate.
knows his limits, and apparently his limits are Nautilus coming up to the crab. So, gonna run away from that one. Should be able to go to
Nice.
the top and get that one though, on the top side instead.
Yeah, look at the top one. It could potentially look for a play here. Wow, both wards placed already removed in that tribush.
That is-
Very unfortunate.
That's a nice control ward though. That's premium value on a control ward. Love to see that coming through. I
Oh?
believe that was a BOL of Regretti's control ward as nice. Unstoppable on the Q3. You can
Oh,
make
wait a
this play
second.
for
Memer Sticks. He has to flash here. Flash is too late, but the Q! Oh, Justin, your auto to minion. And Memer Six gets out with his life. Oh, no.
That is not a play that I expected to be seeing in Diamond Division. Got to be able to make sure you press your keybinds. Make that you have a button that allows you to just attack champions. Just saying, guys.
Oh,
Press the attack champions button. It's very good.
oh and Ornn
I'll
is
do a
getting
little
ran
bit most of
down. But, I mean, I think Ornn's
STP,
fine.
He doesn't have kill threat here.
Yeah, he's fine. Oh, that Cassante built a Ruby Crystal and a Rejuve bead. As
Going towards
both mid
Hollow
laners are also when was the last time you saw Rejuve bead built?
I think he's going towards the Hollow Radiance. It's part of the Spectre's
Oh.
cowl, as that's double.
Ooh.
Honestly, I
Nice.
think I'm taking that as a Mel. It's a bad trade, but ADC flash for your flash. Sure, it came in a defensive play and you did have to use heal, but heal against the Ignite and your flash for ADC flash, I think you're actually taking that. But you do have to be careful not to walk up
I
too
actually
close
don't
to
like
yourself.
it. I think it's horrible
Okay.
for Mel to lose her flash this early. I think it's really putting her in a really tough spot. She has to play super back. As Honest will just be aggressive now because he
Continuing to
is
trade
not
is
worried.
fantastic.
Oh,
Nice
that
W.
Mel walking up to W there at 150 HP was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I respect it. I think walking up again after you make that bad trade is on the crazier side of nuts. But I think the aftermath from this is
Oh,
that
nice flash there with the Citrus making sure she does get the stun up. But there's the Oriana multi, and it won't matter. First blood claimed by the side of Karate Kids.
not exactly how you'd expect to get it done, but the auto attack coming through from the Morgana gets it there in the end. And that's flash for flash in mid as well. So no TP either on this Oriana. Gonna lose another wave as well as that first blood death. Going back to the bot side though, sure, in the short term it's quite rough, and if Duolingo decides to have a little bit of look down here, it could be quite deadly.
Here we go. Mel did able to get a
Maxim, no
reset
mana
fully
and no
off.
flash. They can look for the Caitlyn right now.
That's gonna be Black Shield. He's used. Oh, it goes wide.
Ooh.
Tavares Q,
Ooh.
no.
Close.
Very good play made by Papadosh in the mid lane there, though. Flashing on the ball just to make sure that they can get the guaranteed stun pretty much unreactable.
Very nice.
And then
indeed.
just great follow up as well.
Yeah. And
Very
the shot wave-
unfortunate you lose your Fash.
Let's have a look.
Oh, Memer Six. He's going in. He's had enough. Casante is going all out, but nice. Hits the Q there. Forces the flash. Ooh, he doesn't fully charge it.
Honestly, I'll take Flash for ult as Meme Sticks. Drake has been taken by Glacial, so that is first Drake. And you also notice Grub's still not even spawned yet. So we're going to keep going on the top side.
Oh, nice. He hits the Orn W on the brittle. Memer Six. Can he dodge another one? But I don't think it will be. And he has no mana. But Orn is not fighting him. Orn just walks away.
Did he not have his E?
No, he didn't. But he just doesn't channel the W timer again. This time we'll hit it though. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
But bot lane is here, actually. Not just support, but the 80 carry as well is here. As Mel will be hooked, and Mel will be stunned up, and will fall to Papa Doge. But there's the Oriana ulti, forcing the flash away. Zinza will not survive the day, and it's the feat of warfare for Karate Kids.
How is Rucher escaping that? That is disgusting. There is no way on earth the Nautilus should be able to escape the
Happier Cat?
There's a Morgana behind you. Doesn't manage to quick dart by, and he's just
gone.
Obliterated.
Happier Cat just lost 500 HP in a span of 0.1 seconds there.
Yeah.
And honestly, you didn't even give up too much bot lane for it as well.
You do lose a little bit of XP in terms of waves, but you get more gold than that XP is ever going to be worth. But exactly where you want it. 2-0-1 now on the Caitlyn. And Pixelwolf has to be careful as well. That's a Caitlyn who didn't even have to use her ult. She still has the ace in the hole. If the
nice dodge by Memer Six. I didn't think you want to hit the Q3 there and knock him back into his own tower, but you know.
Yeah, well, he went for it. Probably,
of course,
not too disappointed he missed it, but we'll have the wave starting to push into him. Maxim has a pretty big wave of his own he has to deal with, but it's going to force Pixel to walk up a little bit further. They want to. No one here to
some minor poke damage.
Just a posturing.
Yeah, minor posturing. Now you really have to see how they can play. They transition this lead.
Yeah, it's 2K leads. Decent early game lead for Karate Kids.
It is a level 7 Caitlyn to a level 5. Yeah. No. Oh, nice damage up there in the top lane.
This is all fake. This is top laners trading grass stats because they like each other. This is absolutely nothing.
It's not fake. It's high DPM action, okay? I don't want to hear it, Ro.
Well, if this carries on, I have to say, it probably favors the Ornn for the foreseeable future. He does have Sunfire Cape into a Barmy Cinder. So I'm taking the Ornn in that matchup, at least for now.
Another thing to look at is all the item differences, right?
Yeah.
Varus has a tier and Retrex, I think that's the item called, as Ruchia takes some big damage, will get hooked again. But this time,
nice job,
I don't
okay.
think you're long for this world. Illegal Owl flashing forward, drops the
Nice.
Morgana ultimate, but it won't be enough. Now Juice Ginger is here. Can he live? Will it be enough? Dueling Law was looking for it, but it won't matter. Now a TP by Syndra, but how kind is following? Syndra somehow finds 2 kills, gets a massive stun, blows the flash. On top lane, we are fighting again as well. Ornn ulti will hit the Cassante. I don't think it will be enough. Juice Ginger will get that shutdown. And now fighting top Beaver6, trying his hardest. Will dodge the Ornn E, and both top laners trade HP.
They're going again. Caitlyn's now down to 1 hit on the bot side. And that is the Cassante dying.
The barrier?
Massive has to run away. Happy Cat also scared. Gonna get hit by depth charge of all things. He gets taken out by Nautilus damage. But Juice Ginger will get double kill. What is going on? We had such a normal game for about 10 minutes, and then we've gone 2 minutes of degeneracy.
And then we're continuing again. Juice Ginger trying to heal up, see what he could do. And he actually will be able to heal up quite a bit. Duolingo will still hit the W and confirm that kill. Varus flashing forward.
Why are we flashing? Guys, chill. You don't need to burn your ADC flash for a kill that you can't even get. The Morgana has enough HP to survive.
Oh, good heavens.
Guys, take a deep breath and stop.
What are we doing? Bro, what is happening?
He doesn't even have item on the Varus. There's no way that kills. If he had Collector...
like I was trying to say earlier, the item differences.
I mean, if he has Collector, there's like a small chance he gets that kill. It's a very slim chance, but maybe it's enough to get it, the Morgana down to that 5% execute with your Q, but with no stacks at all, it's just like the guy's never getting the kill with the flash there, and it's just now.
Hold up to Happier Cat. Duolingo is here this time. We'll drop the Q.
Bye
bye.
Bye.
Very unfortunate. Duolingo will find Juice Ginger hiding in a bush. Juice Ginger is going in though. Doesn't think.
Mid laner just died.
Yeah, your mid laner is dead, and now you're walking into an Alice who will hook you, who will stun you up, lock you up, and will find another kill. Papa Doge, just trying his hardest here, will miss the Cinder stun, but that is Dragon for the side of Karate Kids.
Yeah,
and we have a bloodbath.
I think we saw the Orianna die, but I'm not sure the Ginger did. I'm not sure that's clocked in his head that you don't have a mid laner. You can't be walking into the river. The other mid laner could just show up. Bot lane both agree to drop a wave and go fight. And the 4v3 is convincing. Rucha goes very aggressive. Pixel will try to back on a ward.
Can we find enough damage here, Varus? Already dropping it. Rucha will fall. Varus now try to do as much damage as possible. The headshot is proc backed. And Maxim will fall, a double kill for the Mel.
And it's turned around.
And we're back to craziness. Juice Ginger has first item Titanic Hydra.
Yep, that's definitely a thing that the Xin Zhao has done. I can't say that I agree with it, but it's not a bad item at all. I think, in terms of items to go on Xin Zhao, it's definitely fine, but I think there are probably better options. Things like Sundered Sky are just so dependable in all forms of the game, but I think that's just one of the many things that is going on this game. As
Bro, we unlocked the cinema.
That's support with a 2,800 gold item.
Yeah, as Rucha will have the Black Shield saving him. Rucha actually hooks back in. Black Shield is over. Nautilus,
that was a little
yeah.
Great Black Shield from Duolingo gets his support out, but he says, note today, I am going to make sure that your Black Shield was pointless. As Herald, on its new timer of 15 minutes, going to be started on Spawn without a support there. Support the side of the Karate Kids.
Juice Ginger is going in. Duolingo, can he save it? Big stun from Syndra stops the Ornn ultimate.
They're still looking for this Drake though, and Papa Doge is walking up very, very far for someone as squishy as Syndra is at this point in the game.
Memer6 is in the middle. It's a party. Another stun going at Jushinger. Will get all outed. Will be able to fall here. Duolingo Owl will fall again. The Mel ultimate is cancelled by the hit, and Orn will fall potentially. Ignite ticking will be a flash. Ruchia flashes forward, drops the death charge, shut down. Happier Cat has to run for their life, but somehow the fight, so delayed as it is, everything used is a 3 for 2 on the side of Karate Kids, but they do lose the Herald, and now Maxim is dangerously low in the bot lane.
I'm honestly not sure how this has happened. The Caitlyn was having a great time earlier into this Varus, but something has clearly changed.
Oh, Happier Cat TP.
It's overstayed now.
Can he live? Actually gets the stun off.
Nice
Yeah, he's
cat
fine.
TP. Very fine. I'm
And
shocked
now-
at the bot lane though. The 1v1 going very well in the favor of the Varus.
Yeah, Rift Herald is dropped mid. This is a potential lost mid tower as well. No Syndra TP. That'll be
Gone.
2 towers on the side of Glacial Knights.
It might not have to get-
Oh!
Duolingo's gonna
Duolingo
flash out of the
flashes
lane.
over, hits
This is a
Happier
one tower.
Cat, but Aura?
You said
I
the tower.
guess.
You said the
Yeah,
tower.
he did say the
Right.
tower.
It remains saved as well. They didn't actually want to push a little bit further. What with Rucha walking up the river. So overall, I mean, it worked as a play to save the tower. I'm not sure it did much else, but if that was the sole intent, then fair enough. So now you are on one of the least mobile junglers in the game, if you can call Morgana a jungler. So she's playing this game, but very immobile, of course. Without your flash for the next 4.5 minutes, as a Drake will be spawning in about a minute or so. It is only the second of both teams, though, so you don't even have to fight it if you don't want to. If you're not in a position to, you're not forced to, as he will just go on that very fast Morgana clear.
Yeah. And it is the Hex Gates, so we have Hex Rift. Hex Rift, of course, being one of the better rifts for the slow consistently, right? Varus, someone who will use it greatly. Mel, someone who can proc it instantly a lot, but on the other side you have Syndra there. Oh, nice hit there onto the Varus. As now it will be a massive knockup for 3. Oh, the Nautilus hook is a bit wide, but I think it's a saving in disguise because I don't think you wanted to take that Nautilus hook there.
I think that would have been a little bit too far, a little bit too soon. Papa Doge was still only at red buff when that hook came through, so it would
Oh,
have been
Duolingo.
quite a ways to go.
Taking some big damage there. That's gonna be the Juice Syndra combo, and that's the wombo for them. Glacial Knights have found the easiest fight possible. Despite the disadvantages this game, Papa Doge and Duolingo Owl never had a chance to join up properly. And it's going to be the Wombo Zin Oriana Orn ulti as it will find 3. And that is
Looking for that fight-
Dragon.
Looking for that fight is absolutely crazy. You are playing into a team that has all of their ultimates off of cooldown, ready to go. Xin Zhao basically unkillable in the Crescent Guard. Shockwave was right there. The Ornhorn right there. You're not meant to win out in that play, and they definitely didn't. Especially when they don't even have things like the Death Charge. You used that in the previous play. You kind of have to give up mid lane prio at that point and let them rotate it down to the Dragon first. They probably get the Dragon after you miss that early engage.
Oh.
And playing for it afterwards, you just lose an extra 1,000 gold. The game was even before you lose 3 members for nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, the depth chart used way too early. Syndra not in a position to help at all. Well, TP trying to save this. Maxim is getting bot tower in response. But that is Feats of Warfare completed. Just from that Dragon Tick alone. Syndra trying his hardest here, flashes forward!
Ooh.
Oh, not able to hit the extra Q needed damage-wise to get that kill there.
Pix must be very careful still.
Oh,
Wow.
Mel? Wow, has to flash there.
That's a lot of
But-
damage going through.
Now the level difference. This Varus is level 12.
He is. but-
Despite Maxim getting some solo time as well. He's now equal in items when he shouldn't be.
Yeah, and the issue is that Maxim hasn't even been taking mid waves this whole time. He's been stuck in the side lane. It's not really paying off
Oh,
right now. They're gonna
wait a
look to make a
second.
play.
Maxim is there. They will find this stun onto Mel. That's going to be the ultimate dropped. Could be a freebie potentially, and it's able to find it. Ginger drops the Crescent Guard. Ultimate is dropped from the Nautilus. The play is over. That's a 3-man shockwave, and it's going to be a huge damage across the side. Lethality finds their hearts, and it's a triple. Well, technically a double, but a triple kill for the side of Glacial.
And it's such a fine play if you just take the Mel kill and leave it at that. But Karate Kid's wanting more in every single opportunity they're playing for. Sometimes there isn't more to be found. That there was definitely one of those times. The Thornbound Atakan will be the reward, and sure, you might lose mid-turret for it, but the permanent buff that you will gain, the extra stats that you get from those enhanced...
Oh,
Bloody
wait, do
Petal.
you even lose mid tower
Yeah,
here?
Duolingo didn't fancy it.
No.
Okay. I guess he didn't want it. But
And
let's just go back to that fight. You cannot
Yeah.
be looking to try and make that type of a fight when you have no Nautilus ult anymore, right? As soon as the Depth Charge goes and the Xinjiao is safe, you have to be 1,000 miles away from anything to do with that fight. You cannot take that fight anymore. It is just a losing play because you don't have the engage. That is your sole source of CC in these types of fights. Unless Duolingo is able to land a very lucky Dark Blinding or somehow get in with his ultimate, it takes so long for it to proc though. It's just not sustainable. And the
Yeah.
turnaround was so fast.
I agree. I think it's hard overforcing by the side of Karate Kids here. Edge of Night now completed from the Varus, so a lot harder to now stick onto him with this little
It's just
CC
like
comp.
for that play as well. He managed to walk out of spawn into the play.
Yeah. Just no threat, just the threat detection on the side of Karate Kids right now is just off. As Ginger
But apparently
will be walking forward. Papa Doge will be knocked up under tower.
Do they even
Don't
kill
think
him?
much else comes from it. Ginger is swapping the Crescent Guard. He will be pushed back. Crescent Guard now finally falling, but it is a shutdown that Memer Six collects. And that's going to be Oriana jumping over. Happier Cat finds Maxim with the sole Oriana ulti onto him. Pixel Wolf will fall though. A flash word. Duolingo will pop the Black Shield as well. This is the fight you are looking for if you're Karate Kids. Now it's an overforce on the side of Glacial. Will this more come from this Happier Cat able to escape right now? Orn trying his hardest to get any kill back. But this Orn is so hard to kill. Dodging another bit of it there. Will be stunned up. Happier Cat eventually does fall. Memer Six trying his best. And it will be a full ace 5-for-1 on the side of Karate Kids.
And you called it. It's a massive overforce. Both teams trying to maximize every advantage they can, but it's going a little bit too far from both sides. This time around, a really good link-up play coming through from Rucha. After he dropped that depth charge, he just tried to go all out for it, and the CC that he got enabled Papa Doge to hit a massive scatter to weak. It claimed 2 of them in the stun, swept through a whole lot more of them as well, and then be able to stack on top of that things like the Dark Binding, locking down a single person for so long. It guarantees you some picks in these fights and really changed the tide of that whole dynamic.
Yeah, and this game has been overforced, the game. We have about almost 40 kills and we're only 24 minutes in. As Orn will TP for this Hextech Drake. You don't have Maxim yet, and he's not on second item, but it is Orn upgraded. Papa Doge will actually eat the root and flashes away as Mel gets one-shotted by the Syndra button. And that's going to be Happier Cat eating the root, actually. Will instantly get locked up in CC, and Happier Cat not able to drop the ulti. Xin Zhao running, trying to get onto the Syndra, but the rest of his team is falling around him. And Karate Kids, despite the earlier fights, find one that goes their way and will claim the second dragon in their name.
This really is the issue right now for Glacial Knights. They cannot be hit by a single bit of situational CC. Things like the Dark Binding from Morgana, things like the Scatter the Weak from the Syndra, if they hit, they can just dogpile on, especially in that fight there. Duolingo perfectly landing his Q. And Happier Cat was just stuck. He's just forced to sit there for 3 seconds, pondering his life choices as the Cassante comes flying in over the top, goes all out, drags the Orianna away from the safety of his team, and it's another pick able to be found. You have to be so careful. If the Nautilus hits you with a depth charge, sure, point and click. He's earned it at that point. But everything else, you have to be able to dodge. And this time around, not dodging the Dark Binding, and it just costs the mid laner, and you cannot fight after that. Both teams are so on edge right now. You lose a single small advantage in a fight, and you just lost.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
might change
big
that. You got a
shutdown.
5K lead for Karate Kids. They might be able to go a little bit further this time.
I mean, with how this game has been going, and Karate
Probably
Kids
will.
having that advantage earlier, it's
They might
That's
not
a
be able
point
to,
for
but
them.
they probably will anyway.
oh, nice.
Nice move.
Actually, reject the binding back onto Morgana. But no,
But
this is
that's
starting
literally
to
the only
get
person
interesting.
hit by that, right? Like the
Yeah.
Ornn can get hit by Dark Binding, and it's fine. Zinjak could probably hit Crescent Guard and also be okay. But if it hits onto Varus, he's forced to cleanse. If it hits onto Orianna, she's just dead instantly. And we saw it in the previous fight. Could even see it again as Baron has spawned. It's been up for a couple minutes. And a little bit of posturing coming in there from Karate Kids. They've got a 5k gold lead. They want to try and really expand on it.
Yeah, it's the Baron dance. No one is pushing bot right now though. That does have TP. I think Syndra should be pushing bot, pushing the fact that they would have to send multiple to fight her, and
700
still
gold.
probably claim
I
one
think
or
you send
two.
Sante down there. I think if you send Papa Doge down, they can go 1 for 2 and make it a fine play.
Oh,
That's a miss on Chains of Corruption. That's rough.
it's very rough.
I think if the Cassante's down there with TP, you're very fine. If the fight starts, you could be caught out a little bit without your front line. But leaving the Syndra alone in the side lane, especially with 10 stacks and Magi's as well, you really don't want to lose her right now. 1,000 gold on the shutdown when it comes through, if it comes through. Trying to deny that
Yeah,
from
it's
happening.
just tough right now. If you are the side. Glacial. Baron started.
Nice route.
That's gonna be a stun unlocked up onto Juice Ginger. And that's gonna be
Baron
huge
is
Baron damage because they did too much damage to it. Ornn possibly caught out. May get ran down here, may be forced to call the Ornn Horn Orly. Will drop the unstoppable. But
gone.
this time it does not matter. Ornn
And they can
is
still keep it
gone.
as well.
TP from Syndra to save the mid tier 2.
Yeah, the crossplay doesn't exist. The Scatter's Week missed, but who gives? The wave
Yeah.
will go. Pixel has to be very careful.
Oh.
He's doing found his way down here. They don't care about
Domingo's
the
looking
Baron.
for
They
it.
want to take the fight.
Yeah, 5v4, no Ornn for at least another 30. This would be the time to start Baron, honestly.
And no Ornn really is key, right? That is a massive swing factor in these fights. If the Ornn Horn comes through, the CC that it provides allows things like the Chains of Corruption, like the Shockwave, to actually have a really good chance of hitting. We've seen Pixel Wolf a couple of times this game just be slightly out of range, looking on the mid play for Maxime. It's not quite landed, but in these team fights, if they're stuck up in the air,
EP
definitely
coming
possible
in,
to actually mess
6k,
things up.
and we'll reset.
You have to run away.
Yeah, you do now. Ornn Horn could be massive here. You're all low from the Baron.
They can chase this hard, but the tier 1 turret is huge.
I think you
Okay,
could start this up personally, force them to stay. But
Hex Rift though. Are they even forced to stay with a Hex Rift?
no. Dragon is coming up in 50 instead. Game of inches.
Absolutely is. It feels like Karate Kids, they're on top, but they're really not that far on top for a 5k gold lead. 30 minutes though.
Big damage onto Ornn here again.
That'll be useful.
Oh, Chushinger is going in, but this is Memer 6 who gets knocked up. The Ornn Horn only finds one onto Caitlyn. Memer 6 is taking too much damage. Will take Juice Ginger with him. Ornn is taking so much damage. Pixel Wolf is hit, but the Orianna ulti is just not there yet. Syndra drops the ulti onto the metal. Pixel Wolf is still alive.
Why are you killing a Maxime in ADC?
Maxim walks in, Papa Doge! With no love for this world! Pixel Wolf, trying his hardest, will fall to the Nautilus, but dual legal ammo! My friend, your jungle is not safe! That's a triple kill for Happier Cat! And that's Baron for Glacial!
So this fight is winnable every day of the week for Karate Kids, as long as they can actually play it front to back. Unfortunately, Kasante decided the other side of the map would be preferable. Decided to take Juice Ginger through one of the largest walls on the Rift. A massive abduction, and it turned a pretty playable front to back into an absolute mess. And unfortunately, it left Maxim completely out to dry. He tried to flash forwards to get some actual damage done in the fight, and the second it happened, Glacial Knights just turned straight
Instantly,
around
Oriana
and
ulted.
demolished it. Yeah, I mean, that's not a flash act. You cannot be going forwards at all like that. It is way too aggressive in that kind of situation, especially when you have no front line to play around. It just cost him way too much in that play. Now he has no flash, no barrier for this next dragon fight if they want to take it.
Yeah, it's. Oof.
I think Glacial Knights could honestly give this and play side lanes. They can get so much gold to play. You don't need
Here we
this, Drake.
go. Potentially, Oriana ulti is still up.
No way.
Big damage there. Nice little stun into Mel. Happier Cat is half HP already. Fight breaks out. It's really damning.
I am shocked that Glacial Knights are taking this fight right now. They don't need this. It's 2-2 on Drakes. You can give it up. You have Baron. You have Baron for another 2 minutes. Make use of the Baron. Push the side lanes. Get the gold off
Nice
the
look on the Juice Ginger. Richie is going in. Here is the
Use
Ornhorn.
Baron.
Mel trying to do as much as he can. Big damage to illegal ammo. Hits so much by the Bears. The ultimate has not come through. There is the Mel ulti. And 2 have disappeared from the Rift. If you're a Karate Kids fan, they're gone. Big damage there. Oh, Papa Doge actually gets the return kill.
Well,
But it was a disappearing act for Karate Kids first half. Oh?
These are Barons that you still have to be careful. You want to make sure you hold on to them. Papadoge is a very scary Syndra right now, even with a couple of Magi stacks lost. You have to be extremely careful of this Syndra at all times, but it pays off in the end. They win the team fight, and they had a lot more confidence in their team fight than I did. I think playing for the side lanes, playing to get the money, definitely is worth it in that situation. Yeah, Papadoge walked up too far there.
Oh, and Mel took the kill. Deservedly so.
This is just the reason why you should play Mel support.
Yep, this is the reason why. Enemy mid laner, let's make a fed.
Boop. What support champ needs an execute? Pike? Great,
Yep.
he gives the money to the rest of his teammates as well. That's a good thing. No one else's support needs an execute.
Whoa, Bard needs an execute. Come on now. Telling me you wouldn't want Bard to have an execute?
That would be quite fun.
Okay then, come on now. But this gold lead has disappeared for Karate Kids. It was 5k up for them, and now it's 1k for Glacial.
Yeah, and they haven't even got all the standing gold off the map either. Both turrets in the top side still standing. 5 seconds on the Baron. It is slowly ticking away. It will just about fall off. They don't even bother pushing in the minions with it. They will.
Oh, but it is 3 items now for Caitlyn.
Yeah, approaching the point of massive damage coming through. Rapid fire as well. The next item, pretty cheap, all things considered. Nice reflection. Is that that's a full-on Banshees?
That is.
Soul is just like completely unkillable mode now.
This is a hard push. There is no ADC. Maxim just now returning. Does push the wave a little bit, trying to force somebody to back. Richia will be backing as well. The Varus does have his spell shield popped.
I'm surprised they're going for this siege. The wave clear should be enough.
No Ornn.
There's a minion at them.
No Ornn, but it doesn't matter actually. It's
right now they completely backed off the turret.
Yeah, despite Ornn being mid and them having vision of it.
Let's have that wave clear.
Richia taking big damage.
Duolingo,
Next major objective is in a minute 50, and that is our Baron, but
Soul a minute after that as well. They might even stay alive until then. I'm not convinced the Baron gets taken off spawn even at this point in the game. Especially, honestly, not that fast, right? You're working with a bursty Oriana a Xin Zhao who does not much, a Lethality Varus. I think the Mel might do the most damage to this Baron, and that is not a good say. And that's not good at all. For
Well, I mean,
Glacial.
it's full lethality Varus. He'll do good damage with his auto attacks. Like,
Yeah, but they're once every 3 seconds.
yeah, but like, who cares? It's 4 items though completed for Varus. I mean, with how this game started and how Caitlyn was so ahead, we were talking Caitlyn already having Collector and Varus having a 900 gold component, and
Yeah, and he also has a spell shield to eat the ace in the hole when it's thrown at him. Maximus to be a lot more selective when he throws out that ace in the hole.
no, I like it. I think
I'm
it's
the man.
good. It helps remove the possible
remove the spell
Syndra
shield, but
damage block.
I'd rather have the Caitlyn damage than the Syndra random orb damage.
Well, it's just, so we can stun.
Sure. But Syndra random orb will remove the spell shield for the stun.
Yeah, but I don't think Varus is ever walking up in that range now. Come on, Ro.
He just did after he
Oh.
lost the spell shield. He walked up and ate a random.
Well,
cube from the
third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
Well, the other issue is that your Edge of Night has just come back off cooldown. He has the spell shield back. Caitlyn's only just halfway to her ultimate again. It's a battle of cooldowns, right? The Edge of Night has much shorter cooldown than the Ace in the Hole, but that is now Caitlyn up to 4 items as well. Full crit available. Going to be plugging in a massive amount of damage. As
Oh,
I mean,
blind
Happier Cat
stun
right now is the only
on
target.
Happier Cat. Oh, Ruchia.
Yeah, you are dead.
Yeah.
Yoink. Mel with another 10 for the support.
Yeah, big
Do we
damage
play
as well.
Gully Creek?
Maximus eating there. But I think this is now just Baron for the side of Glacial.
Should be.
Are they going to get caught here? Duolingo will walk out first.
Ooh. The sweep
Ooh.
of very near in time. That should just be Baron. And might even
Dragon
be
is
sold.
pinged, though. Dragon is being
Richard.
pinged. Can
He's
you
not even
get
up.
this fast enough?
Rook is going to be up 10 seconds after the Drake is even spawned. He's then going to actually get there.
They're already starting to run.
Spawn.
Dragon is spawned. They know they're being watched. And it will be taken fast enough.
They'll get
They
it.
will be able to get the damage for it. And a nice trade there, but
Good
it's
lose
soul
rate.
point and not
Let's take a
soul.
rate back. Do they get tier 3 mid?
Yeah, tier 3 mid is guaranteed here.
What else can they get?
Probably good damage on the inhib, unless they want to fight here.
Ooh.
Jushinja will eat it. Double stun going in on the front line hard. That's going to be the Ornn walking forward right now. Inhibitor still getting ticked away. Jushinja still alive. Ornn may be the sacrificial lamb. But there is Pixel Wolf hitting the ultimate there. That is going to be a knock up onto the Ornn, and
Does he
it
actually
won't
take damage?
change.
His health didn't
no.
change at all. He's got 3 tank items. He's not even that many tank items.
No.
It felt like his health hardly changed in the middle of that fight. And now he has a Jack show, so you're definitely not hurting him now.
Yeah. And it's just really crazy this game as well when you start to look at it and going back as well. Just the hard over forces that Karate Kids did in this game.
Mm.
Just putting themselves in a bind as well. But it was just hard over forces, I feel, from the Nautilus as well. Like, depth charge is used and the person reaches a safe place.
Can't be forcing up.
Just
though. You
have to call the
such
play
good
off.
right? You look at this team, and if they'd taken the Ornn on B5, taken the Ornn line, maybe there's a chance to do something, right? Because you can guarantee yourself a little bit more teamfight CC, but you take the Cassandre instead. Very solid lane pick.
Yeah. The
Didn't get
Malphite
much done during
as
the
an
lane.
option as well.
Malphite was also Malphite would have been Malphite would have been interesting. I think into Mel Oriani had to be careful with the amount of damage you take, but he's probably still fine.
Yeah.
Doing about the same as Cassandre anyway at this point, aren't you? So
It's
think
like I did say in the
valid.
concern of my draft of the Cassante wants to disrupt the fights. The problem is that he can't really disrupt any fight he's a part of. Jushinja eating big damage here. Will be a root on Duolingo, eating a lot of damage, but Ornn is just pushed in mid.
they're going to look to turn on this, but it's a level 18 Ornn. He really does not care about anything Memastix has to say.
Oh, that means that this bottom tower is under threat yet again. Syndra's stun will go wide. Hook is gonna go forward.
Ooh.
G-Syndra's taking a lot of damage. Duolingo is hit by the Orianna ultimate, and that's gonna be Ornn. Not able to go drop the damage yet. Mel will not find it on Duolingo. Still barely alive, running away. And Mel won't find one. Maxim will miss the
Still fine, though.
Peacemaker. And that's Memer Six running for his life.
Fine.
Can he dodge the W? No, he will fall. Big stun there onto Jushinja. They're trying their hardest to see what they can do this fight. But Nautilus, you are not long for this world. Ornn taking too much damage here. Mel looking for what he can do. Will block the stun. Can they find more? Can Karate Kid somehow find a way to defend this space? No Syndra Flash right now. This is the moment. Nexus Tower is being hit. Ornn is one shot, and Pixel Wolf is hit. Will be forced to use the cleanse. Charged up Q. Mel. Is he going to be able to find anything? That's going to be big damage on the Pixel Wolf. Pixel Wolf will drop the E. It's going to be a shutdown on the Mel. Duolingo is on the other side trying to fight Jushinja. Will just heal him completely with the Sundered Sky Visage.
That healing was disgusting.
Oh no, and that's another tank. That's another big take there. As we cross the 42-minute mark, bro.
That was absolutely disgusting levels of healing coming through. And also surprising burst as well on a build this tanky, but the guaranteed crit from Sundered Sky as well as the healing it produced in conjunction with the Spirit Visage. Ginger's back at full HP. He hasn't even had to press B. He's just existing on a higher plane right now. And Soul is spawning in 40 seconds. Both of these teams on 3 Drakes. This is the Soul fight. Who can claim the mid prize? It's probably going to be the Knights.
Very easily Glacial.
Yeah. Especially with those.
Another thing as well is that this Orianna is back, you know? Solid early game Orianna being 1-4, just constantly getting focused.
Another person that Magi's this
have stabilized. Yeah, completely stabilized the game.
And she actually has Zhonya's as well. Is Papa Doja's Zhonya's even going to be up for this fight?
No.
It's still 30 seconds away.
GA on Xin as well to help him survive.
Yeah, they have to be very careful fighting this early right now. Papa Doja's no Zhonya's for the next 15 seconds or so, and they're just going to look to engage.
Here's the Ornn coming in. Will they find anything? Yes, they do get onto Memer 6, and he's completely blown up. Oh, Orianna ulti does go wide, forced by the Duolingo Owl Flash.
Really good flash, but unfortunately, it feels like it's going to be too little too late.
Soul?
The difference in tanking right now is so obvious. This Ornn is just existing in fights. Barely even looks like he's taken a scratch. While the Cassante gets
Ruchia?
Overstepping Nautilus.
Cannot walk there. And now the Syndra stun.
Ornn anytime today.
No, it's very hard.
They just walk forward and claim inhib, claim the base. This one should be over right now. Especially with Hextech Soul.
Nice little stun there, trying their hardest here. Jushinja is going to go in on Maxim. Orianna ulti does unfortunately miss. But one tower's fallen. Duolingo Owl has fallen. The second tower is gone. Maxim is not long. Can Papa Doge save his KDA? No! Memer 6 is going in, and Pixel Wolf hits the Zhonya's to save his life, and a comeback victory for Glacial Knights, down 6k, takes game 1.
A massive turnaround. They found themselves in a big old hole, but they dig themselves out of it in impressive fashion, claiming the first in this series. And honestly, after that early game, it felt like Glacial Knights were somehow always kind of in and around that kind of winning area. It's kind of odd to say when you're 5k down, but they felt somewhat in control. But I mean, just look at the damage charts coming through. That is a support with the most damage on a team. That team won.
Hey,
maybe I should take back everything I said about Mel. Maybe Mel support is just exactly where it's at.
Hey, man. Mel support, man.
Yeah, screw the lethality virus. Screw the Orianna building burst. Mel support pumping in the damage really getting through a lot of the time as well. The extra range that you get, able to dance around very effectively. Boulder Regretti doing extremely well this game. I think that really was the difference maker. Rucha was struggling and Boulder Regretti was absolutely thriving.
Yeah. The Nautilus not able to really find their spacing in the later stages there. Dropping the ultis, trying their hardest to do anything. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy.
It was quite the Nautilus fall off game. Unfortunately, it happens on Nautilus sometimes. You just kind of happen to be in a situation where you're a CC magnet and nothing else. The tankiness has gone from your early game. And I feel like tankiness is a massive contributing factor to how this game went. One side felt a whole lot tankier than the other, but that is where we will leave this game one. We will be back with game 2 draft in just a couple minutes. Welcome everyone back to Game 2 Draft. We are into this one very quickly as a result of the previous tech issues. Players want to get straight into this one, so that is what we are going to do. We are seeing a lot of the same bands coming through. First bands on the rotations. Glacial Knights again on the Neferi. Looks like Karate Kids again will be getting rid of the Rel. Clearly something they don't want to be facing right now is the Rel. Such good engagement. I feel like after that Mel game, I'm surprised that it's the engaged supports that they are so scared of, but Lord Logretti clearly having more than just a one trick up his sleeve after a very solid first game for the Knights, as we see Wukong Gwen going again, and this time to Darius in early rotation from the Karate Kids. I'm surprised to see a Darius ban in first rotation, especially red side.
Yeah, something you can easily counterpick as well.
Yeah.
They choose not to ban the Wukong or Gwen here. Or oh no,
Blue side.
it was in
Blue side.
Bessa first rotation for Karate Kids last game.
Wow. That definitely leaves some openings. Let's see if Glacial Knights want to go for it. I feel like
Like
backing away
Bessa is a really
Darius.
good blind as
Yeah,
well.
Ambessa's fine to blind. I think Darius is probably one of the happier champs into Ambessa. If you can get on top of her early, you can really do some damage and stop her growing late. But speaking of growing, we have ourselves the tree man, the friend of the forest, Ivan, first picked by the Glacial Knights. And I think that already tips the hand kind of towards what they want to be going here. Something to do with some double ADCs potentially. Who knows?
I don't like Ivory first pick personally. That's a
Definitely
me
shocking.
thing.
It's definitely a choice. Whether I would make the choice is definitely another issue, but Juice Ginger coming off previous game, playing the Zinjar wants to be a little bit more relaxed this time around. He has played 9 games of Ivan in the previous split,
Oh,
won 5 of them. What has happened? Oh, we have
okay.
Yorick.
We have Yorick.
That's
That
still a
is
Yorick.
crazy.
Didn't expect to be seeing a Yorick today after he got hit by uh, just a jungle nerf. So still as obnoxious as ever in top lane, but you know, he's not great in the team fights, and team fights were really what changed that game around. Glacial Knights
Yeah,
picking up that
and
first one,
Bessa. Okay.
and yeah, you let the Ambassador through,
Huh.
and you Ambassador into Yorick sounds awkward early, but fine late.
Well, it could be a matchup where you just hit E as Yorick and you sit back and let your ghouls do everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, this is definitely a choice. Taking the Ambessa into the Yorick sounds. The more I think about it, the worse it feels. This is a 46% win matchup for the Ambessa, and the lane phase cannot be fun. I think if you can get this game to the late game, then amazing. But your CC is still really difficult to hit, especially without any setup. And right now, you are lacking setup. You have an Ivan, who is root caller is situational at best. A Cogmore in the bot lane, gonna be
It won't have
you
Melio, one of the stronger
won't have
picks for
Melio.
it.
Honestly, I'm not even sure you can. Can you even take Enchanter here? You need some hard CC. You need hard engage, and I don't think you get that from mid lane.
Could be a Galio angle potentially.
Hmm.
I think that's something. Silas.
Silas would be
Really?
nice.
Silas.
I think I'd have liked the Silas X. That gives you an chance to engage, but then again, with the ultimates that are available, there isn't much of a chance to engage on a Silas. Things like Wild Growth are not going to be doing much.
Yeah,
Or going
Wild Growth, Jinx Rocket,
Maiden.
Maiden, I guess.
Just
Um,
split push Silas.
yeah, no, AD Silas. Look at the mana item, you know?
Yeah. Well, mid pool definitely getting pinched here, as well as some of the more fringe supports as well. Things like the Swain being taken away is a bit of a shock, but uh, you know, the kind of
Oh,
outlast you in
okay.
mid. It's a Malphite.
Memer6 is listening in. This time, going to Malphite. Thank you, Memer6. Hashtag
Yeah,
Cheesers win.
but but where does the Yorick now the
It's
jungle?
Yorick Jungle.
But he just got nerfed in the jungle. He can't go in the jungle. Apparently he can still.
Memer6. I will go ahead and at you in BOL General with the Cheesers and say, nah, I cheese.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to have a look at the rest of this draft. It is Ari taken blind in mid lane. That's completely
Hmm.
fine.
Enchanters that are up you have potentially is Karma, Jana,
I can't.
Rakan, Renata. Renata could be good. Stopping the Malphite ulti, making Jinx kill that Lulu. I think Renata is best case here. Leona.
We did say they need some hard engage, and that is one of the harder forms of engage in the game. As we are getting toyed
Uh
with, I'm not going to look down there. I'm going to carry on looking at this Leona. It does kind of hurt playing a Cogmore with the Leona, especially into Jinx Lulu. Feels like at every phase of the game you're just kind of worse unless you get a massive lead through something happening for you. And as the game goes on, I mean, you have the Enchanter in the form of the Ivan anyway, as that is a Veigar taken into Ari. I'm not a big fan of playing the Veigar in this matchup. I think it can be quite rough. Ari, very strong early, and you're not. So I think you can definitely get snowballed on. But hey, if this game goes to 40 minutes again, he's gonna be sitting quite pretty. I've been pretty happy indeed. that is your draft for game 2. Do you have anything you really want to bring attention to in this draft?
Personally, I think it's a good thing that they flexed that Yorick into believing it was that. I think that was a really good play from them. You know, because Mbessa into Malphite just kind of just Malphite exists in the later stages of the game. It's hard early game though.
Yeah, Ambessa into Yorick is a worse lane matchup for the Ambessa than playing into a Malphite.
That's
Malphite
what I
early,
figured.
like, if he wants to try and kill you, he has to burn through all of his mana, and then he has no kill threat. So
Yeah.
you can't really go that aggressive on the Malphite early. You just kind of have to exist, push the wave, catch it with the Ambessa, whereas the Yorick can really look to punish you with the ghouls. So I'm actually kind of surprised they did take that into the jungle, especially with the recent nerf there as well. But I guess they didn't want the split push presence of the Yorick. They wanted something else coming through from the top lane as some more team fight. As we saw, first game, the team fight wasn't great on the Cassante. Let's hope this time it's better on the Malphite. This is where we'll leave you all with the draft for game 2. We'll be back with the game itself in a couple minutes.
Or maybe not.
Welcome back,
Jeez.
everyone. We are into game 2 already. Thankfully, a little bit quicker than it was last time, as time controls are going to go off. We're going to be right in the thick of this one. Already into it. Onto the Rift. We didn't talk about on game 1 because it was not really that obvious, but who do we
Oh.
think has draft advantage on game 2 here? I think both sides could kind of claim, in some regards, they have something to be happy about.
Yeah, I think personally, I think 1 inch answer is not enough for Kakwa. Personally, should have been 2. I think something like Renata here would have been really good in the later stages of the game. That would be my only realistic change, other than the Mbessa blind, unless it's pure comfort. And I think into Ari, something like a. It's tough because Vigar provides space for you as
Yeah.
well, but I could see something like a Victor.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of options that weren't Vagar that were also very nice. I think on R5 there, you kind of spoiled for choice, in being honest. There are you can kind of take basically anything mid, and as long as it's a mage, you're probably fine, as I believe both wards cleared out by BOL. Very nicely done. As yeah, this is the issue playing Vagar early into anything, especially an Ari that can look to bully. Electrocute as well, kind of pump in a decent bit of damage. Does manage to avoid the back turn of the Orb of Deception, but that's also a ward still on the Raptors, so they know exactly where the Yorick isn't right now, and he's actually quite late in his clear. It's taken him about a minute 10 to get 3 camps done, as the ward expires before he's even about to get up there.
Yep.
I'm surprised. Is the Yorick nerf that massive? Like, I'm shocked that it's taken him that long to get to his Raptors.
Well, it is Ivern, so.
I know you're up against Ivan, but like, still, that doesn't impact how fast your clear is. The Yorick taking his sweet time in this one.
I think it was reduced by like 40% overall damage. Oh, nice little stun there onto Maxim. Insta polymorph is coming in though.
Ivan's here. The 320.
Juice Ginger looking at the side here. But I don't think anything will come from it, as he should get Scuttle. And Leona just goes back to playing her game of hiding in the bush.
Yeah,
Oh, this time actually hits the stun on Lulu and getting good damage onto Lulu. Ivern is here.
They could look to die, but it's very, very dangerous, especially with the exhaust and barrier.
They are. Flash Horde going in right there. Bowler Regreti not able to get enough there. Ruchia trying their hardest. Could possibly fall there. Gets the last second shield. And it's 3
Taking that
summoner
glaive.
spells for 2. For 1,
Taking that
actually, it was
glaive.
only 1 flash.
Yeah, the ignite was used earlier, so yeah. I think you have they have to back now. Guarantee at least a wave crash and a back of your choosing for your bot lane. Nice play there coming in from Juice Ginger. Unfortunately, he's overstaying a little bit hard. Does need to get his own recall off, get back to his camps, start getting that passive on them. Because until you hit level 6, you are kind of nothing in these ganks unless you manage to hit a heroic Q. So he will just have to leave his bot lane alone. But nice early tempo and a big 10 CS lead as well. Already for the Cogmore with boots.
Oh. Bessa decides to cancel a recall. Just run the full wave.
Almost.
And a mana crystal cloth armor
That's frozen.
for Malphite. Oh, he's my goat. Weaver 6 is my goat of just buying the obscure items. Instead of just buying double cloth armor, he goes mana crystal.
I kind of respect it. Early game Malphite sucks for mana. Having a little bit more for free, I would happily take quite a few times.
Free?
Well, 300 gold, you know what I mean.
That's three.
Instead of
That's
10 armor.
350 right there. That ain't free.
You know what I mean. That's bold.
Oh,
Trying to get out of the Veigar cage with
wait
the
a
Zenith
second.
Blade
That's
straight into
really
the cage.
bad. Can they actually get the
Nice
kill
overprotected.
first on it? Oh, Duolingo does fall
Ari, hello.
first.
Ari's hit level 6.
Happier Cat choosing not to use it. But technical first blood.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the first blood went over to Ivan. And the second blood went over to Jinx. So, especially when they now give the exact same amount of gold, I will happily take the Jinx receiving that money. As an Electrocute proc, as well as the Orb Deception, do a disgusting amount of damage to the Doge, who has to be very careful of the Ari getting just about enough gold for her Spirit Rush, but will lose a cannon due to getting caged. So nice work there by Papa Doge to at least deny something.
Yeah, I mean, not ideal for whoever got first blood. You know, you want this Ivern to have max maybe 3 kills. Unless he's hard carry full AP Ivern, but Happier Cat does have Spirit Rush, and it's a it's a dive bot, and Memer Sticks falls top as well. Maxim getting dove bot as we watch the mid lane play.
That's all. Pixel just had to use barrier from autoing the support at a rough time. We'll move past that.
And Memer 6 getting solo killed. The double armor not coming into play. It's something that you have to buy on that Malphite.
Yeah. I mean, you got punished there. The extra laning prowess that you have from the mana, able to stick around longer. It doesn't matter when you're dead. You get to get all your mana back when you die, as he just proved by TPing back in with full mana.
Wow, that's OP.
Yeah.
I think that's something Improvise should adapt to his skill sets. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it only cost him like a TP and your opponent getting 300 gold. That's honestly nearly worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I agree.
Drake will be restarted Duolingo only level 5 for now, but might get 6.
Decides to randomly pull it away despite no pressure being pushed on the map. And yeah, first dragon secured. But Fetal Warfare claimed for Glacial this time, not Karate.
That is a massive amount of damage coming through Command.
Yep.
So this is she's not even at the eclipse yet, but still chunking out poor little Memer
It
Sticks.
only gets worse here for her.
Yeah.
Rugs this time started up. It will be taken by Ju Shinjer, but the York ghouls are over.
He has unfortunately.
They are in the rage cage. That's gonna be nice damage there. Was not secured by Ivern and was. Mistakes, nice ultimate finds in a lot there. Oh good heavens! I just realized I'm watching the wrong stream.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind there, buddy.
I am a little bit behind there.
That was definitely a massive.
That was a Memer 6 good ultimate there, unfortunately.
Ultimate, but they didn't actually have the damage there to get the kills. Even in the 4v3 play, Lulu, maybe not 4v3, I don't know where
Not enough
Lulu was
follow up.
on the bot side, so I assume she was on the top side, but didn't have the
Oh,
damage to
it's
follow up.
Roa Vigar. Oh, good
Yeah,
heavens.
thing. I
So
think it might
already
be
lacking a lot of AP damage, and you will be going
Malignant
scaling
Ari.
Vigar.
It's Malignant Zari. That's nice to see.
Oh,
Let's see what he can do on this
Papa?
gank though, with some health and some mana. Oh, he can do
Nothing.
nothing. Okay. Well, at least he has health and mana.
He does also have a tier.
Yep, that's more mana.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of mana. Unfortunately, his name is not Rise, so he doesn't care about having a lot of mana. Helps him out during lane phase, which I'm sure is useful.
Could be
For
rising
late
to the
game.
top though.
Can just press TP whenever he wants, though. As Malignant's Ari already online 10 minutes into the game. Only the 2 assists, but the 89 CS already enough for Happy Cat to get that first item already on the board. First item in
Yeah,
the
and
whole game.
a bit of a delay as well from the side of Papa Doge, having to buy that tier as well.
And we haven't talked about this at all, but like bot has been absolutely destroyed this game. We saw on a couple of the dive attempts what was going on, but after that point we haven't even looked down here. But Pixel Wolf gonna get
I mean, first tower's
on.
already taken. Maxim
Yeah.
has to flash.
And look at the CS diff as well.
It's a
He has to
horror
flash
show.
away from
Don't even mention it, Ro. Just look away.
Okay.
You look away. Papa
Oh,
Doge
well, at
eating
least
a
that's
bad
first
trade
health.
mid as
He has
well.
health, though, so it's fine. And he has mana. He has mana, so that's good. He'll be fine.
It's
Is he
fine.
good?
It's fine. It's fine. He has mana. Like you said, he has
health,
mana.
mana. He has Rod of Ages at 11 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
he'll
he's
be
okay.
fine.
Lemur
The
6
rest
is
of the top side
unfortunately
not
eating a
too
really bad trade though.
Yeah, that's Eclipse. That's Ambessa with an Eclipse. You
And
want to be on the other side of the river from her. She is
Jinx
not fun
is
to play.
playing the game.
Is she?
Yes. She is playing it completely safe.
Level 6 at 11.5 minutes. It doesn't feel like she is playing the game.
No,
Feels like
she
she's not been
is.
allowed to.
Well,
Exactly,
that's a different story. As Ari Ultimate was used there, actually. Relatively quick. Guys, this Malphite champion looks really powerful. I agree. This Malphite champion is crazy good.
Should definitely ban it. It's too powerful to be allowed.
Yep, I
Talks
agree.
about how, if you're playing the Malphite, you need to be coming out of lane phase at least even to have a massive effect on this game, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case this time around. As 2 kills already going the way of the Ambessa. The CS lead isn't too large, and actually no plates as well. So, all things considered, holding on. But he did just have to flash in the top lane because I believe Leona sent another solar flare his way.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Could be worse. He has Frozen Heart, and that will be very useful, of course, as the game progresses into Pixel Wolf Cogmore. As the first plate on the top side will now be claimed. Already has the Rage Blade.
Yeah, that is
think
5
that's-
plates Kog'Maw as well.
Now 7. Gonna be 8 as well in just a second. He is absolutely farming up a storm on the turrets and the minions. He doesn't care about champs. He's only got 1 assist. He doesn't need anything else. Just look at the gold lead from the macro plays this game. A 4k gold lead generated just by playing the map better right now. And that is absolutely huge for the side of Glacial Knights. They are surprisingly dominant right now.
Yep, Dragon is started up though. Honestly, just easier for them to take.
Yeah.
And nothing that can really be done to stop this pick. Do have the Yorick, and he's a scaling pick, but that's 9 plates to the Kog'Maw right now. That's another plate.
And sure, Yorick is a scaling pick in some regards, but so is Ivan, right? Ivan scales as well as any ADC because he buffs the ADC. Gives them shields, gives them extra damage on hit. Ivan more than happy in this one. He doesn't even need the gold either because his items cost about 2/3 normal items. So living pretty right now is Juice Ginger.
Oh,
As on
and
the other side,
Bessa going in for the
Lingo.
public execution on the dueling allow, forcing the
What's the
flash.
fight for?
Will follow him again with the Vigar cage. Will be able to save his life, and we'll get a trade kill confirmed. Leona now on the run. Will
Volleyball.
hold the flash, flashing late.
Have to flash there. Big kill to the Vega. That's massive.
Yeah,
Giving over some gold. Looks
and
like
Bessa
Ginger
just
also
went
carried through.
crazy.
I mean, it looked great until he overstepped, found himself in a cage, and got
Maxim?
2v1.
Maxim, can you dodge the solar flare? The
No,
answer
no.
is no. The wild growth will not be enough either. And Maxim now falls behind a bit more. TP onto bot lane by this Mbessa. Able to do enough there. Just get him distracted. York trying his hardest to counter jungle as well.
Yeah, he was, but he taken aback when he saw a golden timer
Oh,
on the Raptors. As
Oh.
mid lane has some massive fighting going on. Looks
um,
like the Lulu will be first to fall in this one.
yep.
The flash
And there
of
will be
Blade, the
Leona
golden
able to barely live. And that will
just due to
be,
Ivan Shield.
yeah, Ivory Shield saving it.
You have to be
Juice
careful here,
Ginger
though.
is caught this time, though,
Daisy.
potentially. Daisy
Daisy
versus
versus
Maiden.
Maiden.
Let's go. It's a cat fight in the jungle row.
Maiden wins.
And unfortunately, Daisy's not the winner.
Maiden won instantly. As you'd expect in some
GG,
regard.
GG. Run it back, run it back.
I wonder how
Run it
close
back.
this Ivan is to redemption, because it feels like got to be getting pretty close now. He's been on the Rift for ages. 100 CS. Must be getting there. As the gold lead kind of stable around 4K. It's been like that for the past 5 minutes or so. So well done by the Karate Kids, holding onto the rope, not letting go just yet in this one, as Rift Herald is what everyone's attention turns to. But does Duolingo actually have this?
Oh, nice.
He's
He's able to secure it, and he will fall for it, though. Not able to claim it. Oh, Maxim. Maxim, can you live?
Rush. I'm surprised it took so long for Happy Cat
Oh.
to actually use it, but he gets it pretty easily in the end. The reset as
Oh,
well. The charm.
Big damage onto Malphite. Oh, wait a second. Beaver sticks.
That's an overstep.
That's the Chad move right there. Happier Cat taking that tower hit, making the kill easier to go forward. And that is the Chad top laner, Memer6, claiming that Malphite kill he worked very hard for, some would say.
Yeah. Very hard indeed. He just waited for the Ari to send themselves into the abyss, and it worked. So fair play.
Yeah.
Getting a
And
kill.
this is, wow, if this is going to be a tier 2 falling at 17, that's insane.
I don't think it will be quite, but the extra.
Ginger?
The bushes are so good, though.
Duolingo did miss the E up close. Juice Ginger actually has a CS lead.
Yep, and he also has a yoink on the
And he just yoinked it. Oh.
He might have to flash, though. He's stuck in a cage.
No, he's dead.
Oh, he flashed! Oh, it's point and click! You can't be flashing away from that. It doesn't flash away!
Guys,
dear.
cut the stream, cut the stream, cut the stream.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate.
That was a very unfortunate.
And I hope the red buff was worth it.
It was. It is. It's mental damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think all we did there is give Veigar red buff instead of Yorick.
Yeah, that's alright. I think Mbessa wants to look there for it, potentially. I think that's the mindset he has. But Vigar does have Lost Chapter also completed as well, so... This guy's got plenty of mana, I gotta say. This guy is the king of mana. Has a tier Lost Chapter, Roa...
This is the safe Veigar build. This is the I don't want to die much. So I'm going to build boring items that keep me alive, at least for now. Not sure it will necessarily carry on throughout the rest of the game, as another buff has been stolen by Juice Ginger. Level 11 on Ivan this early on, having a level lead and the CS lead over the opposite jungler at like 20 minutes is actually insane. What is going on here? Nice
And
time,
there
Kay.
was a Jinx ultimate attempt to steal, but it won't matter. Jushinger won't even smite it. We'll give the credit to Pixel Wolf. As it will be a jump forward, Leona. Ooh, messed the Zenith Blade. But
Look at the maiden, though. That's huge.
the maiden
Killing
is
maiden.
gone.
Gromp gonna go too. The Gromp's been leashed by the ghouls.
I don't think he can get it. Nope, he chose to smite it.
He had to, otherwise the Yorick ghouls are
I
actually
think
gonna
you
get it.
could just give that up to one of your laners, but that's okay.
He didn't need to smite on Draken, it's fine. Mid tier 2 gonna be what the attention turns to, and it's another tower falling down. Feels like the game is crumbling right now for the Karate Kids.
Oh, here we go. Papa
Doge.
Doge is getting engaged on. Forced to go away. Leona is
Turret.
here with the solar flare.
4v1, they can dive this or they can just kill the turret.
Oh, he's dead.
Very, very dead.
Yeah,
The
he
damage
is.
there yet, but he might die before the damage even arrives.
Yeah.
Ivan Leona having enough to kill a Veigar. Maybe building health and mana won't keep you alive. If Leona and Ivan can kill you still, what's going to happen when the Kog'Maw turns up? When the Ahri turns up? When the Ambessa chunks the living hell out of you with her max true health, with a max percent damage?
Well, this time Maxim ults again. Not able to get a lot. And that is.
He knows what they're doing at a Khan.
Yeah, but that is pretty much how the con cleared.
It is.
And as soon as it's on too.
It's okay.
But I mean, good trade. You do take 2 towers from it, you know? Able to get some pressure back. Hopefully you don't lose top tier 2 from it as well. Hopefully Vigar will have a Lulu this time though. Solar Flare is coming up soon, maybe about 10 seconds. Juice Ginger, just trying his hardest to steal. Will take it. Now has a full top side to take as well.
I mean, that is premium jungling right there. 109 gold just for pressing right click. That is exactly what you want. Massive value in those Krugs. He does need to back at some point. I think he has Dawn Core plus something. Right now he feels like he's been on the river for quite a while. I don't know how many times he's pressed B, but it doesn't feel like he's pressed B much this game. He's been very active, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but would like to see him back for at least an item right now, because he must have Dawn Core in his, at the bare minimum. There he goes.
Yeah, and this Jinx needing to scale, but that is Terminus completed and Range Link completed for Kog'Maw.
Yeah, and that's been up.
And Jinx has a trench coat, boots, and a Yuntos.
Is he doing Jack Show's third?
He is.
I forfeit. That's disgusting. That is absolutely vile. I am disgusted. Jack Show's third in this day and age on an ADC. Ugh. I guess it's a thing.
Good heavens, it's an 80 carry player. Oh my goodness, is that an enemy Ambessa? Public execution. Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of difficult for Maxim to play the game because he has been put in such a bad spot as the game has gone forward.
And you have to really respect. This is the thing that Ginger has managed to do, right? He's managed to put massive pressure on the bot lane from the start of the game, sticking around there for about a minute at level 4, having no cancel clear, is able to take that time, and it's paid off in absolute spades.
Infinity Edge is completed for Jinx now. Still no tier 2 bullets, though. But they did get feats on the side of Glacial, so I understand.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a sit back and wait. Hope that you can scale. But 150 CS at 23.5 minutes is not really going to cut it. And again, it's because of how far behind she got put early on. She wasn't able to farm those early waves. The CS difference hasn't really changed that much. But the fact that it's existing at all is so difficult now for Maxon to be able to play the rest of this game out, and unfortunately, the lack of map control is really hurting Duolingo, as now Hypercat's just going to go flying in.
Oh,
Getting kicked
I
out of
mean,
the wood, isn't it?
it's not really too much, but you know,
We'll
forced
get
the
Drake.
Lily Flash. But
Yeah.
yeah, this Dragon's gone.
I'm kind of surprised I actually got the flash. Top side will get pushed in. The split push Yorick coming through. That did a decent bit of damage to the Drake. Not as much as the rest of the team as... I'm
Oh,
actually kind of surprised. Both side lane tier 2s have now been claimed. I think better macro plays could have potentially stopped that for the Crimson Knights. They're actually behind. Sorry, they're equal in towers taken. They might be behind in a second, though, as Duolingo looks to take the mid-tier 1. They actually will. That was public execution used on Maiden. It doesn't connect to Maiden, so don't do that at home.
please do not publicly execute your maidens.
Yeah, especially when it doesn't actually.
We are trained professionals. Right, Ro?
Yeah, professionals that press buttons that don't apply to buttons. Yep, that's
Yep,
us.
that's us.
I'm shocked. I understand, of course, that Yorick existing gives immense split push, right? But
Right.
it says jungle Yorick, and that really mitigates a lot of that split push prowess. And still, the Karate Kids are up in towers taking this game.
It's when you think about it, you know, like try to justify it in your head, Ro. Right? Where would you rather be right now?
I'd
A
still much
Yorick?
rather be Cogmore.
I mean, yeah, Kog'Maw
You.
is kind of
Cogmore is
Thanos.
Batman. And he has a very friendly Ivan.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for Kog'Maw to have like a bad area here because I just don't think there is one.
But that just makes it more surprising, right? The fact that they have this advantage in a massive ADC and they're actually behind in towers. And I think it's just a little bit of careless macro, not paying attention to the minutiae of the game. Trading tier 2 for the Atakan, worth it. Every day of the week, but a random Drake for a Chemtech Soul for a tier 2 and a tier 1, maybe less so.
Oh, Baron has started. Duolingo is coming
Indeed.
over now. This could be our first real fight of the game.
Also Yoink, if he's not careful. Also Blasco
Yeah,
heavy.
we're ready. We'll go over. Let's
Gonna
give
go
it a
in.
jump over. There
Oh, he
it
stole
was.
it.
Steal! Big steal on the side of Duolingo Owl. A nice Oliver on the back right though. Memer 6 did have a nice ultimate. Will he be able to get away with it with his life? Public execution now comes in for Memer 6, but now Bearcat, it's way too much damage into the cage.
Oh, had no damage. Isn't this a damage building Ari with the damage building Cogmore? Oh wait,
Wait a
no, he's
second.
he has some damage. They have to
Wow.
win that fight. They absolutely have to win that fight. You cannot be losing Baron to a careless play, letting the jungler in the back of the pit, and still losing out on the fight as well. That cannot happen.
I mean, bad goes to worse there, no?
That's not just bad. That is worse goes to worser. That is I don't even know how to put that into words.
Yeah.
That is
It's tough to
you
justify
saw him.
that.
He's
I
on
did.
vision the whole time. He put the goals in the pit. You know he's there. You have two wards looking at him, staring him directly in the face. I would have respected it if BOL had just flashed over it, used the blast cone early, got him in the pit, kill the Yorick, take the Drake. Sacrifice the support if you have to. Do something to not allow him into the pit. Or at least win the fight afterwards. Doing nothing and then letting them escape and also losing your Ahri because she overextended. You're now down 2 levels as well. Rod of Ages has really come through. And Happy Cat forced to run away from a level 14 Yorick with the Spirit Rush.
It's hard.
I'm so shocked at how this has turned out.
I mean, It was just a good steal, really. That's all it was.
It really was. Like, it was so preventable. You saw him there at 6k, and they're going to make another play out of this.
Oh,
Maxime is definitely the target. But does he
yeah,
even
but
die?
he's able to go ahead and keep living as much as he can
not
here,
hitting him.
actually. There's not hitting him anymore. Now getting
That's like
stunned up.
4 points on
But
him.
Pixel Wolf will take it. Papa Doge actually able to get a nice solo kill in the top lane. Maxim is still alive. Kills the Ambessa with the Vigar. Split push is
He
able to
dies.
claim it before he dies.
Okay.
What just happened?
I would need to see that again to see if the Veigar had to die there. I'm not convinced that he did have to die, but he definitely did die. So, a slight
I mean,
negative, as
he
it
did
will
get
be
it.
Chem's soul.
A very big soul on the side here of Glacial. And now another tower under threat.
Yeah,
This time Duolingo will be able to claim it.
not even needing Maiden, who did get sacrificed to go make that play, grabbing for free the tower. Baron has fallen off, but I am still in shock that it was even allowed in the first place. No inhibs have quite been claimed, but inhib tower has definitely fallen. That is 8 towers to 4 right now. For a team that
Yeah,
was
the
down
gold
5k
lead.
gold,
Yeah.
they've brought it back. Red side is having an amazing time today, evening up these games.
Is it a red side diff, you think?
I'm going to go ahead and say no. I think it is a macro diff. I think that both of these teams have, well, especially this game, I think Glacial Knights are going to have a lot of VOD review, a lot to really improve on if they want to make a playoff push. We are 3 weeks away, 2 weeks after today from the playoffs, and you have to be top 4, otherwise you're not even going to be there. This is a massive matchup in terms of getting to that top 4. And right now, it feels like neither of these teams is putting forward their best effort and trying to get it done. Karate Kid having a massive comeback game right now. Finding themselves that far down in the first place was a little bit shocking, but the manner in which they turned it around is very impressive.
I mean, considering this Jinx was 50
Yeah.
CS, you know, at 11 and a half
And it
minutes.
got worse. The CS difference has got worse, but she's still there. And actually equal on items with the Cogmore just because the amount of like random turret gold that's been handed over to her. She hasn't even had the local gold, just random turret gold going her way, and it's got her equal items.
Yep. Which is
Okay.
exactly what you needed.
Swifties on Jinx opinion.
There are boots.
Yeah. They're not Berserker Greaves. Is just okay. They're just gonna
Oh,
go for the
nice
Veigar.
ulti there, right there. Able to
fine.
find Papa Doge, and he will fall. Memer 6 does find a 4-man ulti. But unfortunately, your Vigar is gone, and you're rooted up, stunned up, locked up, and this mouth fight is
That is not the
gone.
It took a while to get him gone, but does eventually fall. And this is more what I was expecting. I'm shocked that it took them going even in gold to suddenly make these plays, but finally,
The pressure
doing
probably got
macro
to them.
decisions. Like, your team fight is so much better if you take it 4v2.
Yep.
You could take these plays for so long this game. They chose not to, but finally making it happen. And Duolingo has to be very careful. Nice cage. Trapping, I believe the Ambessa in there. But maybe
Just trying to find time there, but it's double inhib and Baron most likely for Glacial. Unless they want to go for the end here. Papa Doge is up soon. Up in
That's 2
3,
waves.
2, 1. Papa Doge is back up. They're
Let's be
still going
careful.
for this. Glacial now in a bad
Okay.
spot. Duolingo Owl is focused up. Juice Ginger will be the first of all. There's another ultimate going in. The Jinx Rockets are finding them all. And a complete overstay from Karate Kids that we saw all of game
Okay.
1. Pixel Wolf claims 1 kill in trade. And Mbessa is here, trying to see what she can do. Does that public execution
Oh my.
onto Maxim, and he's not long for this
Flash
role
that
either.
barrier! He's
But
flashed a
Papa
barrier and that
Doge.
still happens.
is coming up soon again, fully healed. And a 3 for 3 at the end of it. Wow.
Okay, let's go through what both sides did wrong. You.
I feel like we'll be
you
here
have
all
to
night,
know-
Ro.
You have to know Malphite and Veigar respawning, right?
Yeah.
You have to know that. If you don't have someone pressing tab, checking when they're respawning, if you don't have someone looking at the bottom right of your screen, checking when they're respawning, what are we doing here? Let's please not overstay. You cannot end the game off of that push. You have to get out of there, take your double inhib, and you have insane prio right now. Top and mid gonna be pushing for free. Baron has spawned a minute 40 until Elder is up. You have guaranteed yourselves a great chance of getting those objectives. Don't throw it away by taking a stupid fight that you unfortunately lose in this instance. But the other way, taking the 2v4 in the first place was absolutely psychotic. Papa Doge got very well caught out, and I mean, took forever to die. He is a very tanky boy on just the 3 tank items. I'm kind of surprised, but I guess that is what Malphite does. But yeah, getting caught out like that was also pretty brutal, as now the turrets will be equaled up. Overall, 8-8 is the score. But the difference right now is the inhibs that have actually fallen compared to just the inhib turrets.
Yeah. 2 inhibs down for Karate Kids.
Right, what are we not
And
going to do this
now
time?
the
We're not
pressure's
gonna let the
mounting
Yorick in
again.
the pit. Do not let the Yorick in the pit. Kill him early. He is completely useless in the team fights. He's a Yorick. Kill him. Get
Oh.
him. There we go.
Nice damage on the Duolingo Owl, and unfortunately, it's not long for this world, unless the Wild Grove, but it will be Pixel Wolf claiming it right then and there. And there is the Ambessa in the back line. The ultimate goes wide, but this Kog'Maw is unkillable. Just completely taking over the game.
Yeah.
And
Finally.
Mr. Rowe, there is no defense this time, it feels like, for Karate Kids. No miracle unless Jinx can get good crit rockets here.
They got no ulti either. It's going to be very difficult. The waves have been kind of kept out of turret range, but now the Super's pushing in through mid. Now,
they actually get it.
Mistakes, but I think they had it that time. This time they say, we don't want to overpush. We don't want to give away Baron and Elder. Understandable. So they will instead head down for the biggest buff in the game, grabbing themselves the Elder Drake. But I think that time they might have actually had it. So kind of a mistake from both ends. One time too aggressive, the other time too passive. Just got it the wrong way around.
Yep. That turret, of course, falling is coming up soon.
Yeah, it's the Nexus turret respawns now.
Baron is the call.
Can they get this?
Full reset on the side of Glacial, which means it's
Flash.
Yeah, Pixel Wolf.
One besides Kog'Maw without Flash. That will be Baron.
No,
that
and that's Baron.
Can they back
instant
out?
run though.
Can they get out?
Oh, Maxim is hit instantly. And can Ambessa do enough here though?
Yeah,
Ambessa is doing so much damage. Maxim is dead. Can he able to find this? I don't think York is long for this world. Juice Ginger. Oh, good heavens.
May as well at
Oh,
that point.
good heavens. Juice Ginger with the flash be up forward. And this time with Elder against Baron, Malphite will be locked up this time. Does have the ultimate, will be using it. Boom! Big damage on the Pixel Wolf. But the Jack Show Terminus makes sure that he's able to live. And Papa Doge, it seems like it was just last game. He did the same exact defense. This time, down more players. Papa Doge falling to Elder, but this time, it won't change the difference. And it's a 2-0 tonight for the side of Glacial as they pat the KDAs. Pixel with another kill. And Glacial claim the series.
Wow. Two very different games that we just seen today, but somehow having the same output, the same result overall as this time around. It was Pixel Wolf designated the solo carry, but honestly, he wasn't really the massive swing factor in this one. Happier Cat getting the early advantage, didn't get much on either, but it was really that Ambessa on the top side
Yep. Vesa
slicing
just
through
wasn't put
Max's.
behind at all early game.
Yeah.
They just had
Especially
no
if you're
pressure
gonna
for
leave
her.
your bot lane out to dry, you have to get something done on the rest of the map, right? Duolingo, I understand overall, like you not being able to help out on the bot side. You can't camp a lane for as long as an Ivan because you had to go clear counts before him. But it came at the cost of you losing so much on the bot side. Your Jinx was basically useless for the first like 30, 35 minutes of this game. I don't think the game went on much longer than that anyway. You have to get your Malphite ahead on the top side. You have to do something else to counteract what's happening. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. He didn't even get himself ahead. He was behind on CS the whole game to an Ivan.
Yeah.
Like, you can't let that happen as Yorick.
Unfortunately, it's very difficult for the York to really just doing all this all he can. And honestly, it's just difficult, you know? Memer 6 seemed uncomfortable in the matchup as well. And trying his hardest to just be that tank, just be that big force for his team. Just not enough at the end as well. You know, we also talked about Maxim being put so behind early game. You know, already losing this tower, this Cogmaw getting 10 plates,
Yeah.
you know? It's really difficult, honestly. It's really, really hard.
It really is. And I think if they could have this draft back again, Yorick might be the first thing they don't pick. If you can have a look at this again, maybe you take it into the Ambessa. I think that's fine, but the way it was played into the Ivan is just not optimal. You know for a fact that Ivan is going to stick around in some lanes. He's going to be there fast as well. His first clear is notorious for how fast it is. You have to get something done on the rest of the map, or you have to be farming up an absolute storm. Unfortunately, neither of them happened this time round. The Malphite actually ended up going behind to the Ambessa. You lose on bot side, you lose on top side, and the Yorick doesn't get ahead himself. You can't have all three of those things happen. That's just a recipe for disaster. The early game was crushed because of it, and unfortunately, they weren't able to pick up in the late game either.
Yep.
Either way, that is all we have time for today. I'm sure we could talk about this game for another 20 minutes, but I personally think that that is just about enough for what happened. That was a
Yeah.
pretty
It
good
was
series.
kind of
Yeah.
a disappointing end. Especially, you know, the first game we had so much action, constant back to back fights, you know, bloody game, 40 kills at 20 minutes. And then this game it just slows down where it's not able to find those overforced fights on either team like to do, where they just couldn't get Jinx back ahead.
Yeah. Well, that is all we have for today. Thank you for joining us. It has been a pretty efficient 2-0, all things considered, for the Knights as they take a 3-2 stance in the overall standings, putting themselves firmly in the playoff push. Unfortunately for Karate Kids, now down to 2 and 3. They're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to get back into the playoff picture, but that remains to be seen. 2 more weeks of regular season action before we then head off into the all important playoffs. I have been Rue. Thank you, Glawsnax, for joining me.
It's fun as always.
Absolutely. See you guys next week.